We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Live from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, now in its 40th year, it is the Jake Asman Show presented by PrizePicks. Welcome in, everyone. It's our annual visit to the Marty Lyons Classic, where we help raise great money for an incredible foundation. And, of course, one of the leaders of the foundation is a former Jet alongside Marty Lyons. It's our guy, Kenny Shroy, who starts us off in the leadoff spot this morning. Kenny, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. Great to be here.
So, Kenny, for you, you've been with this foundation from the very beginning with Marty. We got the Walter Payton Man of the Year trophy to your right there, which, by the way, I feel like it gets heavier every single year when I try and grab it. What does it mean to you to be at the 40th annual Marty Lyons Classic?
I haven't missed one, so this is a wonderful thing to have a 40th year golf outing fundraiser, which is our main fundraiser, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger each and every year. And tonight, I understand, it's going to be really a huge crowd, and that's great to hear because everybody knows what the Marty Lyons Foundation is all about, and they have supported us, and that's what kept us going for 40 years.
How have you seen the foundation evolve from its inception to where we are now 40 years later?
Well, in the beginning, it was just Marty and I, so we had to learn, all the ins and outs of getting a license and, get all that stuff. So we had a friend, a banker friend that helped us through it, and we got him to come on the board, and one by one we started adding people to the board of directors, and it was a great working board, and we it was tough in the beginning to get the word out about what we do, but once we did, it just kind of blossomed, and here we are today.
Is there a story over the years of some of the work you guys have done working with terminally ill children that stands out among all the different children you've helped over these 40 years?
There's not a single one that stands out, but I've seen so many children and got to be friends with a lot of them. And that's what hurts when a child that you really know well passes. I mean, not that it's better the other way, but it's just it's a sad thing. I've gone to funerals for these children, some of them, and it's just heartbreaking that they were taken so early in life. And so 40 years, we're going strong, and that's cool.
Great weather for the golf tournament as well. So you guys lucked out with an awesome day here on Long Island. Kenny Shroy is our guest. He's part of the Marty Lyons Foundation. Also played his entire career with the Jets. Not many people could say they only played for one NFL team. What is it like for you knowing that you're part of a group of just one team only, a New York Jet?
Well, remember, back then we didn't have free agency. So
you were drafted by the Eagles.
I know, I was. What the clubs want to see is just the right guys in the right positions, and there wasn't so many moves like there is today, and that's kind of, to me, is it's not that great because when you get to play with the guys for years and years and years, you get to know them and what they're going to do and how we're going to play it, and we had a very mature and great defense, and of course the main reason was the sack exchange, which Marty was part of, and I played strong safety behind those guys, and it was wonderful. Those guys just made my job a lot easier.
They made it feels like a lot of people's jobs easier. I know Greg Buttle's going to be here today. He's talked about how much easier his job was because of the job the defensive line up front did.
Yep, that's right. And I was a strong safety, so me and Butts worked together, and me and Lance Mel worked together. And it was fun being on Klecko's side because he took out everybody. He was so dang strong. Mark is a little different, but we still had a really good team, and we stuck together and dang near made the Super Bowl. We almost beat the Dolphins in the Mud Bowl. We should have beat them. And
you could blame Shula for
he
little turf snafu there, huh?
Be honest with you, nobody's ever done that, and you shouldn't have got away with it, but he did, and it is what it is.
When you think back to those years and playing on the same defense with the New York Sack Exchange, is there a memory that stands out, a game? What comes to mind when you just hear the term, the word, the phrase New York Sack Exchange?
Just how much easier it was to cover people when you knew you had a good pass rush. You can chug them, you can run with them, you can beat them up at the line of scrimmage. We could do that back then, and then you got a pass rush. It's just so easy. It takes their timing off. It's just a family working together, and that's what we were doing as a defense.
Did you get a chance to see the Sack Exchange documentary that came out?
Oh yeah.
And do you think it accurately portrayed what those times were like?
Yeah, I did. Well, they talked about themselves and Grandissimo and our team, and that was good.
What's your relationship like today with not just Marty, but Joe Klecko and, of course, Mark Gastineau as well?
I haven't seen Mark in a while. I hear he's not doing so well. I see Klecko once in a while. He's doing okay. Abdul passed away, unfortunately, and Marty's got to have some operations, I think. I think we all are as we get older.
He's still moving around pretty good today.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Looking at the current Jets, you still keep up with the team, and of course, a former Jet and Aaron Glenn is their head coach. As a former DB, Kenny, how is it possible that a team could go an entire season without a single interception? I mean, you were a safety, you were a ball hawk. How is it possible that in now a 17-game season, one team could go the entire year without an INT, and their head coach is a former DB who had over 40 picks in his career?
Yeah, I know. That was totally embarrassing. Being a defensive back, I did go a couple games and I watched the secondary, and they were the worst secondary I've ever seen. I mean, they were just so bad. Then there was nobody else to take their place. So, Aaron went out and got him 4 new people. So let's hope that helps. I mean, the safeties tackling was terrible. So hopefully they clear that up and they'll have a better defense if they do.
It's hard to imagine it could be any worse, to your point.
True.
When you look at this team, I mean, Geno Smith being brought back, it seems like they have the makings of a competent offense, dare I say. Are you more optimistic in year 2 for Aaron Glenn than certainly what happened last year?
Yeah, I am. I think he's, I don't know him as a coach. I know him as a player. So I don't know.
He was a great player.
I would love to sit in a meeting and see what he says, but of course that's impossible to do. But I like the guy. I think what he's trying to do is the right direction, and I just hope the players buy into it. And if they do, they'll have a heck of a lot better team.
I was looking at your stats before you sat down. I believe in 1980 you had 8 interceptions.
I did.
So to think about the Jets going an entire year without a single one, and you had 8 in a single season, I can't even imagine what it was like watching this team last year.
Yeah, it's disappointing. No doubt about it. That's just it should not happen.
So quick hitters for you. Favorite teammate during your playing career, and you can't say Marty Lyons.
Favorite teammate. Oh, wow. That's tough, man. I had a lot of favorite teammates. I don't know if I could pinpoint one guy, besides Marty. I mean, Darrell Ray was our free safety and a really good guy, and we still stay in touch once in a while. He was a very good free safety and easy to work with. So, I would have to say probably Darrell.
Who was the funniest guy on the team during the years you played with the Jets?
The funniest guy. I don't think we had a funniest guy. I don't think we did.
No one was a prankster in the locker room?
No, not too much. I know one time, I can't tell this story. But one time they got Mark Gastineau really good.
Hey, you have to tell the story.
All right.
The statute of limitations up. It's 40 years ago.
Jerome Barkham. We always mess with each other. And Jerome Barkham went and got this analgesic hot substance that you rub on your knees, and it's hot, And he put a little bit in Mark's jockstrap, and so when Mark came, he was late, and he came running out, and he started doing it, exercises, and stretching and stuff. And all of a sudden he starts feeling it. And it must have burned like crazy. He just took off for a beeline to the locker room, and we all started laughing. And Walt Michael says, "What are you all laughing at?" Nothing. It's funny.
You guys tell him afterwards who did it?
Oh yeah, eventually. No, we didn't tell him. No.
That's incredible. All right, last one. If people want to get involved with the Marty Lyons Foundation now in its 40th year, as we're sitting here raising money at the 40th annual Celebrity Golf Classic, what's the best way people can get involved?
Website. Go to the website.
MartyLyonsFoundation.org.
Yeah, there's opportunities if you want to volunteer. There's opportunities if you want to, do anything for that matter. If you want to be a wish coordinator, like my wife is, it sounds like it may be tough, but it's very rewarding for my wife. She says, to hear the family and what a great time they had if they went to wherever, Disney World or wherever they went. So yeah, it's I see a little bit more. I'm closer with it because my wife is a wish coordinator. So I see a lot of those kids.
It's an incredible foundation. It's an awesome day to be here. Kenny, thanks so much for coming on the program.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Kenny Shroy, former Jet. We're live at the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, raising some money against Super Chats and gifted memberships today. Will go towards the Marty Lyons Foundation, our annual Asmaniac donation. We'll hit a quick break. We're going to be joined by a bunch of great guests, including Marty Lyons this morning. Lot to do. Jake Asman with you right here, live on YouTube, Spotify. We're coming right back right after this.
So your wife has never worn a bikini at the beach or on vacation somewhere?
Hell no.
His belief that women should not wear bikinis and even push for a no shirt, no shoes, no calls policy instituted on the show. Is this indecent for you?
That is vile. That is disgusting. Morbidly obese grown man who lives in an attic with his guinea pig. We're not smart like you.
As PBM continues his rehabilitation, it became clear that he was getting chewed out by his beautiful purple belt wife.
Literally have zero help to me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Sounds like some conflict going on in the PBM household.
Oh, PBM.
Who accused him of not washing the potatoes for dinner and being labeled as zero help.
I'm on the way home from the doctor. Can you wash the potatoes for dinner?
I didn't see it.
It's like a whole procedure. He's getting bowls down. Like, why do you need a bowl to wash the potatoes?
Purple belt wife, everybody.
Instead of Mrs. PBM, purple belt wife. That's the new
Purple
name
belt
right
wife.
there.
Purple belt wife, she's the dark knight. She has a lazy husband who forgets to clean potatoes. Maybe someday she'll get some help, but for now she's just a purple belt wife. Purple belt wife, she might not be purple, but she can kick her husband's ass.
Purple belt wife is driving me home, being good.
Did you just say I'm being good?
Yeah. Fuck am I saying?
Oh my God.
I'm in love with Mary Jane. I'm going to have a little fun. It's called Woo!
What happened with your date? I thought
I got effed over. She wanted something, and I wasn't falling for that.
Yes. Beast, not shockingly, did find himself embroiled in further controversy when he announced he weighs exactly 259 pounds, yet refused to get on the scale that Gator bought him to prove it.
Beast, we got to see you on the scale. I want to see how much you weigh.
How much do you think he weighs?
I think he's at least 290. And he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Even though he is a 16-year pro in cooking,
16-year pro in cooking.
has an IQ of 140,
That's why I got a good IQ of 140.
and carried a 3.2 GPA, it didn't make a lot of sense for him to turn down offers of $100, $300, and even $1,000 to step on the scale and prove his weight. Beast,
319 and a half.
explain
Yeah,
your weight.
You all have pissed me off so hard.
I am a straight 259.
This is where I'm drawing the line.
259.
259.
Because this is really getting nowhere.
Did you get your blood pressure and weight mixed up?
Maybe it's time for me to leave.
Beast, you got to move your mic that's not plugged in.
This is why I got common sense.
Are you excited for this show with Coach Cho? After debuting his first show with Shania to the Chosen Ones, Cho was flying high and even made it clear that his podcast doesn't go long term. He will always have a future in modeling clothes. I would recommend that you add a profile picture to the Instagram account here because I just went to your account and this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Big Cho later in the month was called a chump by Georgie in the chat, which turned out to be quite the controversy.
Big chump. He wouldn't say that October 18th or 19th to me.
Get his ass.
No, I'm in a bad mood now. I'm an expert in martial arts. I wouldn't even have to use that. I'm laying down chilling, man.
Excuse me, my wallet.
At this point, the Summer of Charles is a runaway train that can't be stopped.
When's the next Batman movie? Probably around 2027, 2028. Excuse me.
As Charles continues to navigate the unemployment waters,
J-O-B, job.
he made sure to let everyone know he's getting in his power naps to keep himself fresh for any opportunity that comes his way.
People think I don't want to work, which is not true. I just had a bit of a nap not too long ago, too, so that didn't help.
Love it, dude.
Charles also showed off his gracious hosting skills when he welcomed 3 legends into his back.
Let's go!
Live from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, and look who it is. It's our guy, Marty Lyons. Mr. Lyons, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Jake. It's a pleasure to be with you.
The 40th annual Celebrity Golf Classic. 40 years, Marty. What does that mean to you?
Well, it means that a lot of people have taken on the mission of the foundation, adopted it as their own, and realized that, you know what, we can make a difference. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of money. All you got to do is care. And we have a lot of sponsors that have been with us for over 40 years. And to look around the room and you see some of the athletes that you played with, that you played against, and that were on other teams that come in here and support it, means a great deal.
When you look around this room and you see a bunch of your former teammates here, which one has the best golf game?
Which one has the best golf game? You know, whoever has the sharpest pencil, maybe. No, I would say the best golf game has to be Greg Buttle. You know, he's very consistent in how he plays. And then the rest of us, you can have a par, and then all of a sudden, you know, you birdie one, and then you run into that zip code of Alaska, 8887. But today, everybody leaves the winner. We play par golf only, so you don't have to worry about any bogeys. We try to push this thing through in about 4.5 hours, have a nice little dinner, recognize, some individuals for what they've contributed to the foundation, not just last year, but over a 44-year period, and try to walk away raising, $300,000, and try to raise enough money. We've got a lot of kids in the pipeline. We're now in 14 states. We've raised over $45 million. But, Jake, you wouldn't believe how many kids out there that are still sick. And you say, where is modern medicine? How are they helping us? And we're an extension of that. Modern medicine can only do what they can, and research can only provide so much. But all of us can make a difference. It's creating hope when hope doesn't exist.
You've been doing it for a long time. I believe the trophy right there is from 1984. By the way, it's just as heavy as it was a year ago when you let me try and lift it up. When you think back to particularly getting that award and what the Walter Payton Man of the Year award has now become in the NFL, what does that mean to you, Marty?
Well, I think it represents all the children. It just happened to have my name on it, but this trophy went to the kids and the work that they allowed me to do and how they allowed me into their lives. And to look back on 1984, look back on 1982 when I started the foundation. My oldest son, Rocky, was born on March 4th. My dad suddenly died at the age of 58 on March 8th. And then a little boy I was a big brother to, Keith, died at 5.5. And Keith would have been 50 years old this year. But, God has a plan for every one of us.
It's well said.
And his plan back there in 1982 was to say, hey, you know what? I gave you the platform. I gave you the ability to play the game. I gave you talent. I put talent around you. You played at the University of Alabama. Coach Bryant told you, you know what? There's always 4 things that you want to accomplish in life, and that's always be proud of your family, always be proud of your religion, get an education, and let's try to win some football game. And to have that opportunity to play for Coach Bryant, to come to the Jets, we didn't win a Super Bowl. We tried. We went to an
close.
Yeah, we went to an AFC championship game. But the platform here in New York is so much different than any other place. A lot of people say, like Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But a lot of people, it's very difficult with the media expectations. You get drafted as I did. Number one, I got drafted 14th pick in the first round. Expectations, they're there. And the guy that helped me along the way was Joe Klecko. And then years later, Joe calls me up. He's getting into the NFL Hall of Fame, and now he wants me to be his presenter. And you think about the day you walked in that locker room from Alabama, and this guy just took you underneath his wing and said, hey, I've got to play alongside of you for as long as you're here. You need to get stronger. And you don't leave this complex until I leave. And I went, yes, sir. And I walked off. He goes, where are you going? I go, I'm leaving. He goes, what did I just tell you? So, the ultimate teammate. I was so happy when he went into the Hall of Fame, and, and to be part of that New York Sack Exchange with Mark and Joe and Abdul. And of course, Abdul passing away almost 2 years ago. It makes you realize how fast life goes, and you can't ever hit the brakes because time's not going to stop for any one of us.
When you look back on the Sack Exchange era and getting that experience and now reflecting on it, of course, the documentary came out not that long ago. What is the first memory that stands out when I just say New York Sack Exchange?
Well, what hits me is we were very fortunate that we had a great secondary. We had great linebackers, but we had two of the best edge rushers that will probably ever complement one another. We had Mark on one side, Joe on the other, and Abdul and I, we had to tie up the two guards in the center. And it could have been anybody. To be honest with you, I'm very fortunate to be a part of that. Because you know what, Jake? You could have played defensive tackle.
I don't know about that, Marty, but I appreciate
it. You could
it.
have played defensive tackle if you're a little bit bigger and maybe had a little bit more weight. Because Joe and Mark were so talented. And just to be a part of that, and it's something that nobody can take away from you.
Did Joe getting into the Hall of Fame 3 years ago, did that mean something to not just you, but the entire organization and everyone who played in that era? Because up until Joe getting in, there wasn't any representation in the Hall of Fame for what you guys accomplished. And you can make a case that Mark is certainly deserving of Hall of Fame consideration. Just Joe actually getting in, did it feel like that was like the culmination of all the work you guys put in being represented into the Hall?
Well, I think it should. I think it should mean a lot to the fans, a lot to the organization.
I think it did a ton to the fans. Look how many were there for you and Darrell the same year.
Yeah, and it just took so long for him to get in. And I remember that quote from Martin Luther King. It says, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And Joe kept moving forward year after year after year when he didn't get elected to the Hall of Fame. And he wasn't mad. And I said, you know what, Joe, God has a plan for you. When God's ready to put you in, he's going to put you in, because your numbers aren't going to change from year to year. They are what they are. And again, I was just so happy for him, and truly blessed that our relationship was what it was, that he asked me to have the honor of being his presenter.
It was an incredible weekend for Jet fans. Of course, Revis going in and all the excitement with Aaron Rodgers' first year at the time. And just it's just tough where we're at now and everything that's gone down since. And just this fan base is just starving for a team similar to the ones that you played on, Marty, that made us proud.
Well, you know what? I think the fans have always been supportive. And, again, you go back, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York fans, they know their football. And they know what they're paying for the tickets. And that they want to see a team that goes out there and produce. They want to see a team that is in every game. They want to see a team that comes out and wins early. And I think eventually, and I'm hoping that it's this year, I think Geno leaving the Jets, maturing, having the years that he did out there with the Seattle Seahawks, and learning the game, but learning who he was. I remember him coming in, and I was able to speak on behalf of the Jets to that rookie class. And I met Geno, I met his mom, and they were just such good people. But Geno came in, and he had a little chip on his shoulder. And you can't come into the NFL and have a chip, because it's going to get knocked off you real quick, either by one of your teammates which it did,
Literally.
or an opposing teammate, competitor, and it happened. And then Gino had to go and find himself in other locations, in other systems, and he's coming back. I think AG did the same thing. Coming in as a rookie head coach, your expectations are so high, the demands are so high.
Well, he also, I think, did himself a complete disservice, Marty, when he came in and he basically raised the bar and he took shots at the Salah staff last summer talking about how it's coaching or we're going to unlock Justin Fields. I don't think he did himself any favors with his mentality and some of the things he said to the press when he first got here.
Well, I would agree with you, Jake, but that's what you're supposed to say if you're the head coach, right? You're supposed to lift the bar. But I think he learned a lot about himself. When you're a head coach and you're responsible for the whole organization, you're the face of the organization, your time from going to meeting, going to press conferences, evaluating players, it's very difficult. That's the only thing I worry about with the Jets this year. You got a head coach that's also going to be the defense coordinator. And how do you split your time up? But you got some talent now on the defensive side. You got talent on the offensive side. You got an offensive line. There's a little continuity there. You got a drafted a tight end that could split out, be a great H-back because he's going to match up with a strong safety. It runs a 4-3. But with all that, the intangible is staying healthy. The intangible is how do we get out and start fast? You're starting with Tennessee, and then you go right to the NFC North. You got Green Bay.
They have to get out to a good start this year, Marty, because it's going to snowball like last year is my fear as a fan. It's, you lose week 1. Oh, here we go again. We lost to Robert Saleh. And then you mentioned it, Packers, Lions, Bears.
Yeah.
You can't start 0-4 after you were 0-7 a year ago.
Yeah, you start 0-4, then you figure out the math. It becomes a math game. Then you got to go, okay, we got to win 4 games, and we got to try to piece it together as quickly as possible so that when we're halfway through the season, we're 500. Well, you're 500 at 4-4, and you got 9 games left. It's tough. The NFL is very tough, and you got to be consistent. That's why these veteran teams that come in and they're ready to play and they win early, they have the advantage. And you're in the AFC East where you have to still go up there, beat Josh Allen. You got to beat, the New England Patriots. Why in the world do you have trouble beating Miami? I don't know.
Every year.
Yes. And that goes back to when I played because we had streaks against the Dolphins where we would beat them 8 games in a row. And then all of a sudden they'd flip the switch and beat us 9 games in a row. So you got to beat the teams. Walt Michaels used to say, you got to win at home, right? So you win at home, that's 8 games. And you got to win in your division. And if you can do both of that, more than likely you'll make it to the playoffs.
Looking at the Jets defensive line, you alluded to the talent they added, including the number 2 pick in the draft, the defensive end out of Texas Tech and David Bailey. What stands out about him? What have you seen from him watching him in college, watching some highlights of him, and what type of player are the Jets getting?
Well, they're getting a guy that has a motor that goes real fast. But this is not college football. This is the NFL. You got to learn that if you have a good move on the outside, you got to have another move that will complement that. Because offensive tackles, you may beat them once with a move, but you better have another move. I like Will McDonald. I think Will McDonald has one of the best spin moves that I've seen in years. It's the way he gets upfield and he spins quick. And if you can keep that guard on the up around the line of scrimmage, that's the fact of communication. Joe would look at me, he'd give me a nod. I knew not to go outside in that B gap. I knew that Joe was going to go up the field and come underneath. And then I try to keep the guard on the line, and then I would swing out for containment. You got to communicate with your defensive tackle, with your other lineman. But Will McDonald, he's got a good move. He's just got to develop that second one.
They got him, they got Bailey, and of course they bring back Demario Davis for a third tour of duty with the Jets. Can you believe that he is 37 years old, still playing at the level he's been at.
And I've always been a fan of his too. Doing the radio for 22 years allowed me to meet these players, go in the locker room after a game. And when you're behind the mic and you're doing a football game, I was always told by Al Troutwig from MSG, paint the picture, tell the true story. And a lot of times, you hate it to tell the truth, but that's what you're getting paid to do. And then I would go in the locker room and I would talk to the players and I would tell them, remember this play. You know what? You lost containment. You kind of put me in a bad position. I had to point it out. And as long as you were truthful with the players, they understood. They understood that you had a job. And one thing about some of those stand-up players like the Brickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold, if they had a bad game, if they lost, they always sat in front of their locker.
Right.
They didn't go hide into, the showers, into the training room. They didn't come up to you and say, no, man, no, dude, not today. I don't want to do it. They realized that there was a responsibility. If you're a professional athlete, you have to talk to the media. And the first time you shun the media, that is your biggest mistake. Because the media, you're a part of it. You guys bond together. And you guys will sit there and talk and go, hey, I can't believe so-and-so said this to you. So-and-so didn't do this for you. And then you guys will kind of put the hammer down on them.
It's a tough market to play in, but there's no better place to be, as you brought up earlier.
No, I love it.
When you were doing the radio all those years, Marty, I think the first year you and Bob were together was 2002, right?
Right.
Haven't won a division title since. How crazy is it to think back that year one was, you winning the division, home playoff game, beating Peyton Manning, and then here we are, and no division titles, and year 15 of a playoff drought right now. It's hard to fathom.
But it's reality.
Yeah.
You can't look at yesterday because you can't get it back. Today's a gift and tomorrow's a mystery. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and you just hope that they come back with a positive attitude. Forget that what your record was last year, and you start off 0-0. You start off with training camp, and everything has to be positive, and everybody's on the same page, and realize that, this is not an individual sport. It's a team sport. But individuals can shine in that environment. And I think they have the talent. They have those market players. You got to get Garrett Wilson back out there on the field. I think he's a great team leader. He's a great guy. I really enjoyed covering him and enjoyed talking to him, but he's got to be on the field, and you got to be out there for 17 weeks. You can't go out for 8 and miss the last 9. It makes for a long season.
You miss doing the radio?
I do. I miss, Bob and I have always had a great relationship. To walk away from the radio 2 years ago to take on a new responsibility as the ambassador or one of the ambassadors for the Jets and go around and do the home games and talk to the fans and the sponsors. It's something to be affiliated with an organization now 47 years. I'm truly blessed that they have the confidence in me, and truly blessed that they give me an opportunity to do it. And I retired in 1991. I didn't have a hard feeling about the Jets. I said, you know what, I understand this is business, and it was just time for me to go. And if I could have played somewhere else, maybe I would have done that. But it was time, and for the Jets to give me an opportunity to host the Jet Journal TV show, and then go from there to doing 22 years up in the radio booth. And when Bob and I got together, we didn't know each other. But the good thing about it is we built a friendship, we built a trust, we built love between one another, and we got to see each other's families grow up.
Have you been to a Fish concert with our guy Bob yet?
No. I don't know how many he's been to. He's probably up over 100. But the one thing about Bob, he's a true professional. And when I channel surf on a weekend, I recognize his voice. I'll stop and listen. And he's fantastic doing college football. And I think one of his better sports is doing hockey.
He's great.
He's fantastic at doing hockey. And he gets an opportunity this year to do 3 international games for the NFL. So he's worked hard, and he deserves every opportunity that he has.
Marty, we'll let you run in a minute, but a couple quick hitters for you. I had Wayne Corbett on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he said that when he got his name in the Ring of Honor and seeing it up there every time he'd be at a home game, it's like a dream come true for him. You've been around this organization basically, most of your life at this point. When you go to MetLife and you see the name Marty Lyons up there in the Ring of Honor, I think you're wearing the Ring of Honor ring right now, right? What does it mean to you to see your name up there with other Jet greats?
Well, Jake, I think I'll say the same thing that I said at the end when I got inducted that day. My name will be your name. That's the fans. My name will be your name, my teammates, forever in the Ring of Honor. I'm not up there by myself because you got to recognize all the individuals that enabled you to be the player that you are. And again, it goes back to the Jets saying, hey, you know what? We think this much of you. We're going to put your name in the Ring of Honor. And I think that Abdul's name should be up there.
Agreed.
And be a part of the New York Stock Exchange. I think everybody that was on that Super Bowl III, don't put their individual names up there, but put Super Bowl III, winners. And then the third individual I'd like to see up there, believe it or not, is Pat Leahy. He's the all-time leading scorer.
That's a good point.
With the Jets. He's a key part of the history. And you know what, Jake? With the way free agency is now, he will always be the all-time scorer because nobody's going to be here long enough.
We couldn't even keep Nick Folk again. No. He has this great season. That was my only complaint with Darren Muji's offseason. I'm like, how do we not bring Nick back? He was incredible.
And every time I see Nick, I always go, Nick, how are the twins? Because his wife had twins when he was playing for the Jets. So it's that type of relationship that you built as a player, and then you come in and you're doing the radio. And I really am thankful that the players in the organization gave me the respect that they did when I was doing the radio.
Marty Lyons is our guest. This super chat is from the main catch. We appreciate the foundation, JETS, Jets. We're raising money on our live stream this morning for the foundation, Marty. The 40th annual Celebrity Golf Classic. For those who want to get involved, what's the best way someone can help support the foundation?
The best way to do is just go to the foundation website, martylyonsfoundation.org. And anything that you can donate, whether it's an in-kind donation, financial donation, the more money we raise, the more kids that we can help. 44 years, we've raised over $45 million. 6 of us sitting at a table in 1982 to now operating in, 14 states. And we're coming up on 8,900 families we've helped.
Amazing.
So we try to make a difference, try to show people that, there is a better tomorrow, but we have to paint the picture. We have to create hope when hope doesn't exist and give these families an opportunity to feel important. And you look around the room and we have some of the wish children here, and you realize, you know what, Jake, how fortunate you and I are to be doing this show and doing what we do. And, the sacrifices that these families have to make, the mother, the father, and the siblings. And it just breaks your heart.
It's an incredible foundation. It's an amazing cause. Again, Marty Lyons Charity Classic is where we're at. The website is the best place to donate. We're also going to take all the super chats today and gifted memberships and put it towards Marty's foundation as well. That's martylyonsfoundation.org. Marty, you're the best. Hopefully it's a much better season for our Jets, and we finally get to, enjoy football after the month of September for once.
Well, let's hope they start fast, Jake. And a better season than last year. They only won 5 games.
3
games.
3 games last year.
All right. Well, I gave them 2 extras. So I'm hoping. I looked at the schedule. I think 9 wins. It's possible. You get to 10, you'll be in the playoffs. But you got to win. You got to win at home. You got to find some way to beat Buffalo. You can't go up to Buffalo in Week 18 and need that game because it's going to be hard. New stadium, but Buffalo Bills, those fans up there, That's a different breed.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
He's Marty Lyons. My name is Jake Asman. We'll hit a quick break. We'll come back. More special guests set to join us live from the Marty Lyons Charity Classic here on Long Island. One of the most beloved Asmaniacs had one of the most difficult months of his life when he had to deal with the passing of his father. The community certainly felt his pain, but they rallied around Lane to support him and his family and help raise a large amount of money to help cover some of the costs for the family.
I got some news to tell you. My dad died.
Oh my God. Think of it this way. Did he go to your graduation? Did he do everything for you?
Yeah.
That's the first step to immortality. Just think of it this way. He did something for you. Now I'll do something back.
Yeah.
At least grow a future and do what you need to do. Stay on the right path and you'll get somewhere.
What's under your nose?
Oh, maybe I forgot to shave that part. I look like Hitler, right? It's the beginning of the little French tickler.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
That's
Call back after you shave.
I look like I get creamed in the face.
It's a family show. Damn it, Bob.
The Chilling with Cho segment recently appears to be taking off, with Asmaniacs anxious to get on screen in the full chill position.
I'm just chilling.
The three amigos.
Early in the month, there was a great 5-way chill session.
Hey guys, what's up?
Purple chill Mike.
Then just a few days later, the internet almost broke when 10 Asmaniacs all appeared on screen in a spontaneous orgy of chilling and fun. I'm just reading the script here, guys.
I used to date models and stuff back in the day. I date them when they're fine, you know what I'm saying? Like Victoria's Secret models, lingerie models. Never had trouble with the ladies. Calm your freaky down.
150 pounds overweight, can't leave the attic, can't put a coherent sentence together. Can't I've never seen this anywhere else.
Boy. Back it up 1 minute, buddy boy.
What responsibilities does a woman have in a relationship? There you go. You're going to have no answer.
Let's see how long it takes for her to realize.
Gator says there's 230 dudes in this chat that want PBW as their wife, too. I don't recognize the dream here.
This is Andrew C. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Andrew? Okay. You go by the name The Dream?
No, I didn't know. Somebody told me to type something in. Here I am. I'm very nervous. My first call. Yeah.
Don't be nervous. Now, The Dream, have you had any alcoholic beverages this morning?
Absolutely.
I can tell.
Yeah.
We learned lots about the Dream in his 4 calls into the show, including the copious amounts of drinks he can consume over a weekend.
I drink heavily on the weekends, but during the week, my job, I can't drink during the week. Who's this guy?
Yeah, Dream too.
How do you have a pair of glasses just like me?
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Live from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, we're back here on Long Island. Jake Asman now joined alongside former Jet great Eric McMillan. Eric, welcome to the show. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
What is it like for you to be a part of Marty's foundation and be a part of this golf classic today?
It's a reunion. It's many things to me. It's a reunion. I get to see former teammates. I get to, hear all the good wishes, all the good things that have been taking place over the last year, from one year to the other. It's a great day of golf. We got a nice breeze blowing off the ocean.
Great weather day.
Great weather day. I mean, I'm coming from Atlanta, Georgia, where it's hot, sticky. So, people are talking about it's hot here. I'm like, wait a minute. Just don't understand what heat is.
You're not wrong about that. For you, when you look back at your career, of course, I mean, you're synonymous with being one of the better Jet draft picks. I mean, you had an immediate impact right away, of course. What stood out about that rookie year in particular?
What stands out? I don't know. Every week was a standout for me because it was a challenge. I think what really factored into my success early on, as a Jet player, was that I came from a defensive system in college at Missouri from a coach who also coached with Bud Carson. with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Woody Woodenhofer. He was a linebacker coach for the Steelers during the Steel Curtain days. So when I came out of college and came to the pros with the Jets, I was running the exact same defense. Bud had different names for it. So it was, if you look at my college highlights, you look at my pro highlights, they're exactly the same. I'm making the same plays on the same side of the field almost in a lot of cases. And, that was – plus I had great teammates, man. I had guys that, they did their job. They were big, fast, strong, smart. And, that really factors in. Football's the ultimate team sport. One guy can't do it. We really thrive and depend on our teammates to carry out their assignment so we can do our assignment, kind of thing.
8 interceptions as a rookie, 2 that you took to the house. Of course, we were talking about the rookie year. You win the rookie of the year. For you, did you realize, like, in the training camp that it was, like, the same defense at that point? Like, how comfortable or how long did it take for you really to get comfortable in the Jet defense? Because it's rare, again, for a rookie to have that type of impact right away.
In training camp, I realized when I looked at the playbook and started going through it every night, I realized, this is the same stuff. It just got different names.
So you didn't feel like a rookie, basically.
I did not. And the scary thought about it is that, I guess people who are doing what they were destined to do, they never really put their focus on anything else. And that was my deal. I want to be a pro football player from the day I was born. Realistically, that's the honest to God truth. My dad played and other people in my family played, and that's what I wanted to do. So I never really gave it much thought of what life would be like if I didn't make it to the pros. I never thought about that. But I really felt comfortable to answer your question going into I think it was week 3 with the defense, where I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to get there. The pace of the game was a lot faster from the safety perspective, seeing the flow of people, big people moving left and right and pulling guards. You don't have much time to think. It's more you see it, you got to react, you got to be where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to do. So probably around the 3rd week, I think that was we played Cleveland back in '88 in week 3, and things started coming together. They really came together. I think it was probably week 4 or 5 when we played Buffalo at home. And then that's when the party started. I picked off Kelly. I was in the place I wasn't supposed to be. From all my teammates that get a hold of this interview, I picked off a screen pass. I was supposed to be in the middle. Picked off a screen pass, took it back, for a touchdown.
Why were you in the wrong place? Did you have a feeling that was the play they were running, and you just instinctually just made the play, or take us through that?
I knew everybody would be covered. There was one guy that wouldn't be covered, and he blocked. So there was only one guy left. It was the other running back, and he didn't block, and he came out. I was like, well, if Kelly doesn't throw it in the middle of the field where I'm supposed to be, playing as a robber, if you understand the robber concept, he ain't throwing there. If he turns his left shoulder towards the sideline, I know where it's going, and I'm going to get it.
Now, you had all these interceptions as a player, 8 your rookie year. I asked this to Kenny Shroy earlier. How is it possible that an NFL team could go an entire season without an INT like the Jets of last year did through 17 games?
I was asked that question earlier during the season, and, to those guys' credit, they may not have had an interception for a long period of time, but if you look at the amount of knockdowns and deflections that they had those. So they're getting to the ball, they're just not catching it. They're disrupting plays from time to time. They just weren't catching the balls. And they had a lot of knockdowns, to their defense, but the interception and touchdown is, that's a thrilling play for the fans to see. It's a highlight kind of thing, but there's other ways to disrupt, the game. And if you're knocking balls down, occasionally or from time to time or consistently, that's a statistic no one talks about. They talk about how many picks did you get.
Right.
So
the Jet defense last year was just not good in all departments. They have a brand new secondary, made a ton of new additions to the linebacker room and the defensive line room. The head coach is taking over the play calling now. What are your thoughts just on Aaron Glenn and this team going into year 2 together?
Well, I'm glad that, our ownership is giving, Aaron Glenn and the rest of his staff that he chooses to be with and the players another opportunity to, mature and learn from last year's, experiences. Yeah, they struggled. I can't deny the fact that they did struggle, but there's nowhere they can go but up from here. You know what I mean? So it's going to get better. It's got to get better. It's going to get better. And I'm looking forward to seeing, Gotham Green doing some great things in a very disruptive way on the defensive side of the ball.
In your career, Eric, is there one interception that stands out among all the ones you had as a Jet?
No, I can't say one. I vividly remember some interceptions that I should have had that I actually dropped. And
you had 22 with the Jets.
Yeah, but I should have had like 28 or 30, man. I dropped some balls. And there was one interception one almost interception I had against Pittsburgh. I think the statistic or the storyline was, if McMillan picks off a pass this week, in this game, he'll be the first player to have 3 interceptions for a touchdown in 3 consecutive games. And I had the opportunity. I was covering this tight end. I said, I dare you to throw it. And he threw it. And I had put my hands the wrong way. It hit me in the hands and I dropped it. I would have been gone 75 yards, man. And that's the one that sticks out in my mind.
It's interesting how the ones you didn't have are the ones that stand out compared to the ones that you had. You had a lot of them in your career.
I had a lot of them. When I got recruited out of high school to go to college, all the schools wanted me for wide receiver. I don't like to get hit. I don't want to get blocked or hit by those big guys that were on the college level. And Missouri was the only school to recruit me for defense. And that's what I wanted to play. And I was born in St. Louis. So God had me on a certain path. And it was just fitting that Missouri would give me the opportunity that fit my mindset and what I wanted to do and gave me the opportunity. So.
Couple quick hitters for you, Eric, as we're talking with Eric McMillan here on the Jake Asman Show. If you're watching live, we're at the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, raising money for the foundation. Again, Super Chats will cut the line, and I'm going to get to a Super Chat here from Nick Shine, who says, Eric's rookie year is one of the greatest in league history. 8 interceptions, legend. I mean, to this day, I remember when Sauce Gardner won the Rookie of the Year award a couple of years ago, people were bringing up your season and then Sauce's season. I mean, it's synonymous with one of the better rookie seasons because Jet history, we don't exactly always get it right in the draft, and you were a revelation as a 3rd-round pick.
Right. I was so happy for Sauce, man. For one, he's a DB. Okay. 2, he's a highly skilled player. 3, he always did his job. I love watching him play. I love seeing him work. Kid's got long arms. He's rangy. He's smart. He makes great decisions. I was just so happy for him. And from one DB to another, it's like a special fraternity, DBs, because we know how hard the work is. Corners run a hell of a lot more than safeties. The Jets made me play corner going into my 5th year. I had a brand new respect for corners. I couldn't believe the amount of running I had to do. I'm like, man, this is a lot different.
And if you get beat, everyone knows you get beat, right? They see it.
Yeah. Safety too. I mean, you can't hide in 78,000 people looking at you plus TV. It's not, you can't hide. But let's not forget Sheldon Richardson, which I was also proud of as well. Who
Jonathan Vilma as well.
Jonathan Vilma, but Sheldon came from University of Missouri.
That's right. He's a Mizzou guy.
My alma mater, and he was Rookie of the Year from St. Louis. We had a lot of similarities there, even though we played different positions. But Sauce Gardner, super athlete. He's a really nice person. I had a chance to sit and talk with him and talk about techniques, why he played the way he did with his techniques, because I was kind of confused as to what he was doing and why he was doing some of the things he was doing. And he gave me a couple of tips that I used when I coached my high school kids. So I enjoyed talking to Sauce and learning a little bit about him, about his techniques, what makes him, special in the way he is. And, I couldn't be more proud of that guy.
That's awesome. This one is from the big fellow. It says, Eric was the definition of a ball hawk. Great Jet. And the combination of him and Hasty were awesome. Marino's nightmare.
Yeah. We took extreme pride in disrupting Marino's ability to throw the football.
Was he your favorite QB you picked off in your career? Was it Jim Kelly? I mean, you picked off plenty of Hall of Famers.
It meant a lot more because, I talked a lot of stuff on the field and I backed it up. But Marino used to jaw back at me, and then I pick him off again. So it was even that much sweeter. And, in hindsight, as a former player being on this side of the fence, Duper and Clayton would talk to me and tell me, say, we told Dan, don't throw the ball anywhere near 22. If you see me in the middle of the field, do not throw the post route. did not throw the corner out. He's going to get it, and Marina would still throw it anyway. And the history was made. So
you guys made him pay for that.
Yeah.
Eric McMillan is our guest. So when you played, Marty Lyons was at the very end of his Jet tenure. So what was your experience with Marty, the player, like, and now getting to be friends with him off the field? And here we are years later. You still had it at his event. What kind of stands out when you think back to your playing experience with Marty?
Well, when I first came to the Jets, Marty and I didn't communicate that much. I know he was the spoken leader, of our squad. He would often give words of encouragement in the locker room, in the tunnel before we hit the field, and when we got on the field before kickoff, he'd give us words of encouragement. So he was like the team spokesperson. Outside of that, we didn't communicate that much. But when he started this foundation, and when I became aware of the foundation, I just kind of watched from afar. I want to see what it's about. See how long he's been doing it. See if he's passionate about it. And I don't know how I got involved with the foundation. I don't know what. It's been so long ago. I just can't remember. But I'm glad I'm here because it's. It enables me to keep my umbilical cord attached to Marty. Marty is a great man. He was a super player. Part of the sack exchange. Being a safety and playing behind him. Looking at his rear end. The amount of years that I got to see him play. He was one guy that always did his job, and didn't worry about him looping outside and leaving the C gap wide open. Like he had some other guys that didn't carry out their assignments and. Shall be nameless right now, but he took a lot of pressure off me in terms of things coming up the middle. Him and Mercer Rowe, Gerald Nichols, guys like that. So Marvin Washington, those guys really took a lot of pressure off me, against certain teams, and I just love Marty, man. We talk about a wide variety of different aspects of life. He's like a brother to me, and we're pretty tight. And I'm thankful to have met him, met his family, his brother, his nephews, his children. He's a good dude, man. And you look at 53 men on a roster. Maybe some other practice squad players. And every year you play the amount of years you play. When it's all said and done. Out of all the guys that you come across and you blood, sweat, and tears with, you only have about maybe 2 or 3 that stick with you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And he's one of the 2 or 3.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Did it mean something to you and all the guys who played with Marty and Klecko in that era of Jets football to see Klecko kind of represent the sack exchange as being the guy that got into the Hall a couple of years ago?
Oh yeah. Once a Jet, always a Jet. That's what we say, right? And that's what it is, and that's the way the organization makes you feel. I came a little bit after Klecko. Klecko, I think my rookie year, he was coming off of knee surgery, and I think he went to Indianapolis for my very first season.
That last season he played, yep.
He went to Indianapolis, so I didn't get to play with him, didn't get to talk to him much, didn't get to talk to him much until, after I came out of football. And we chopped it up, once or twice, and, I know he's a super player. I used to watch him play, and much respect for him, but very proud that I'm associated with the organization that he came from, and seeing him go in was a great feeling.
That's awesome.
That's bragging rights for me. I can brag.
I love that.
Yeah.
We need some bragging rights. It's been tough being a Jet fan these last 15 years in particular.
Duly noted.
Eric McMillan has been our guest here. We're live at the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic. We'll hit another break. Again, Super Chats will go towards Marty's foundation. Gifted memberships as well. Our new set of weekly raffle prizes will be released this week, but I can already tell you one of them is a signed football by the great Darrelle Revis. Another great DB in Jet history there, Eric.
Now, I was fortunate enough to be an interim coach in 2016 when Revis was still here, and I used to watch him practice. I had a lot of questions for him about his technique, man, because he did some very unorthodox things that only worked for him. No one else used the techniques that he was using. And I was like, why are you lining outside and the cat is outside the numbers? He only got one way he could go, that's inside. And then he would jump to the inside and take the inside away. I'm like, who does this? Who does this consistently? Some guys try it, but they don't often succeed, So, but that Revis is something else.
Pretty good. Revis Island.
Yep.
Eric McMillan, our guest. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be right back with more special guests. We're live for the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic right here on Long Island.
The Jake Asman Show is brought to you by PrizePicks. Check out PrizePicks right now. If you're a sports fan, they have something for everyone, especially if you're one of my listeners and you're gearing up for the upcoming Jets season. For player picks on PrizePicks, you just pick a player you like and you go more or less on a few of their stats. Check out some of the numbers they have for some of your favorite Jet players: Geno Smith, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, and many more. PrizePicks should be your go-to, and check out their new offer right now. Play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you need to do is sign up and use that code HMA. That's PrizePicks code HMA. Download the app now or click the link in the description to download the PrizePicks app today.
I have enjoyed listening to your podcast during the season. I used to listen to a lot of politicals talk, on podcasts and stuff, and it has just become impossible. It's so depressing. It doesn't pass the time in a nice way. So I found your podcast, and I would listen to it a lot, and I really enjoyed it. And I agreed, candidly, I found myself agreeing with a lot of your perspectives last year. I was very down on the coach, and I know you got a lot of flack for that, but I thought you were absolutely right.
I mean, think about what you said, though. You used to listen to political talk stuff, but it was so depressing. You started listening to a podcast about the Jets who haven't made the playoffs in 15 years, and that was somehow more uplifting.
That's just how depressing the state of things are. But the Jets, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was scrolling through. I actually just searched one day Jets podcasts, and I found yours, and I liked it. And so I probably listened to 3 days a week, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope that the conversation is a little more cheerful as this season gets going. With the Asmaniacs and all of that stuff that you guys have, and you're always, I don't even understand what the contesting is that you're doing, but there's something that one can obviously do to participate in the program that I'm not aware of how to do. Whatever it is you're saying to do, hit a line, come to a thing, whatever it is you can do to win something, I wouldn't know how to do it even if I could, and I can't because I'm driving the car while I'm listening anyway. But one way or another, I do enjoy the show, and I've heard you very mad, which I have supported greatly. I'm hoping to hear you a lot happier this year, and I'm hoping to be happier myself.
And we're back live at the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic. Joining us right now from American Recreation is Bobby Brown. Bobby, you were involved in this foundation from really the very beginning. So to be sitting here now, 40th Annual Celebrity Golf Classic, what does it mean to you personally?
Well, it's always started to be about the kids. And listen, sick children, it never stops. So we can't stop raising money and granting wishes to the children because it just doesn't stop.
What is like the genesis of the charity, of course, is granting wishes to children. But over the years, as it's evolved and you work with more families and you guys are in more states, how has the charity evolved in regards to just how big it now is, how widespread it is over the last 40 years?
Well, I think now they're in 13 states, and I attend a lot of golf outings, which is, as I get older, I enjoy. I mean, my wife now plays golf, so we play in the Georgia outing. We play in the North Carolina outing. We spend a lot of time in Florida in the winter. But the outing has gotten to a point where, they need 3 nines. I think when they first started out, I don't think they could fill 18 holes. Marty and Kenny have done just a remarkable job, and the people at the foundation, Sandra and the whole team are just remarkable on how much work they get done with a small group.
How did you get involved with Marty in the first place?
So when I opened American Recreation, we built playgrounds for schools and government, and Marty came to me and he says, "Hey, my buddy Kenny Schroy." He left his last employer and he's looking for something. Do you want to meet him? I said, sure. And they were roommates on the Jets, and I was friendly with Marty. Kenny came in. Kenny worked for us. We hired him. He worked for us for 13, 14, 15 years, something like that. And he just retired recently. And me, Marty, and Kenny, and my brother Kevin, I have a partner, have been very friendly ever since. And we try to do a lot of things together.
When you think about just your involvement to where we are now, watching the charity evolve with Marty at the helm of it here, how much has Marty Lyons meant to you?
You know what? When I grow up, I want to be just like Marty. He's a remarkable human being. Him and Kenny. So I'll tell you a quick story. Kenny, working for me, he was out, still working for the Jets at the time. They were out in San Francisco. They took the red eye back after a game. Kenny came straight to work in the morning. And about 4 o'clock, I knocked on his door, and he was getting changed. And I said, "Where you going?" He says, "Me and Marty have to go to a hospital, visit a child." I said, "Kenny, you haven't been home since Friday. You see your own kids." He says, "My kids aren't dying."
Wow.
And that's just who they are. They never say no.
It's an incredible foundation. It's granted so many wishes, and it's cool that American Recreation has been a part of it for so long. I got to ask you about something that Marty told me to bring up to you, though. What's this I hear about you being the biggest silent auction bidder in this entire room?
Well, I never bid. When Marty's on the stage, it's cost me between $2,000 and $5,000 when I'm in a bathroom.
So you just can't leave the room, basically.
I can't leave the room. Well, if I do leave the room, it doesn't make a difference. We were at a casino night where we give the money to the foundation. I had left, and I spent $2,500 on something that someone thought. I don't know. Listen, I don't mind. My wife doesn't mind. My brother doesn't mind. We had a cocktail party last night at the Snapper Inn, a little private party for all the athletes that came in. It was great. So I don't care about spending money for the children.
It's an amazing cause. Marty Lyons Foundation.org for those who want to contribute. Also, you can contribute right here on the show. Super chats and gifted memberships today are going to go towards the foundation. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Bobby, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you playing today? You look like you're playing.
I just had a knee replacement in May. I'm putting today.
You're putting?
Yep.
Celebrity putting.
Celebrity putting. I'm not a celebrity. Far from it.
Bobby Brown from American Recreation
very
is
much.
our guest. We'll hit another break. Be right back. Jake Asman with you. We are live again from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic.
The New York Jets.
Come on!
Select Will McDonald, linebacker,
What?
Iowa State.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
I can't believe this shit!
All
What
right.
the fuck am I
Hey, there we go. Light it up, Ricky. Yeah. Let's get back to your calls right now. One of our favorites is on the Ghostbuster hotline. Ricky NY joins us now. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Ricky, how you doing?
Thanks for taking my call, Jake. I just finished smoking all the available weed in the panhandle, so bear with me if I collapse here in front of my personalized flag. Any chance you could send that boxing guy, Gary, to the Jameis Winston town? Maybe Gator can build a special hall for quarterbacks who throw more interceptions than completed passes. Well, not a Florida guy, but can go to Seminoles all the way there. If you got a whole lot, get all of them in there. I don't give a shit. Well, I think I got to relight this thing. Hold on a second. I just got this new blowtorch lighter. Let's try it out. Try it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Should have backed off that setting a bit. Anyway, Jake, I'll hang up for now and grab the burn kit again. Later, brother.
Oh, my God.
Yo, Gator is different, man. That dude is different.
Let's keep going with the calls right now. It looks like, wow, I cannot believe this guy actually showed his face. A man who owes us 25 memberships in honor of 25 career interceptions by Zach Wilson. Hawk has called in for the very first time. Hello, Hawk.
Hey, Tyson, what's up, man? Hey, Jake, before you send me to the Shadow Realm, let me ask Tyson about Zach. Tyson, don't you think we can keep Zach Wilson and just let him start the first few games? I mean, we all know the kid just needs another year behind center, and that'll really get him going. I mean, Crowan, man, you know he's freaking awesome, bro. Maran
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Hawk, thank you for calling in, and we'll see you in the realm.
Into the Shadow Realm you go. That's the problem with Aaron Rodgers. This guy is a cancer that's metastasized throughout the entire building in Florham Park. And I don't know why Jets fans can't see it.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Whoa. You don't need a quarterback. You need a good football player. That's what I'm saying about Brock Bowers. You need a good football player.
Gary has called back in. He's relentless tonight, man. Gary, what do you got?
What's going on, Jake? I'm a little fired up today. Let me ask you something. If you could get
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.
Live from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic, and the great Lou B, Super Jet fan, is here because if there's a Jet event going on,
that's right, I'm there.
Lou B, you're going to be here, man. I'm excited you're here. Before we get to Lou B, we'll talk some Jets with him. Let's talk about ZipRecruiter. They are one of our great sponsors today. And look, I've learned from doing this show that the Asmaniacs, they always go the extra step. I've had listeners drive hours to events, help new people feel welcome in the chat, share the show with fellow Jet fans just because they believe in what we're building, like this guy to my right. Those things may seem small, but when someone goes the extra step, it always makes a positive impression. Great candidates do the same over at ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter should be your go-to if you're looking for a qualified candidate. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first, so you meet the right people faster. You can try ZipRecruiter and meet great candidates who will go the extra step for your job. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, meet your match on ZipRecruiter. We've had a bunch of great guests that have joined us so far, including Marty Lyons, Kenny Schroy, Eric McMillan, and now maybe the biggest Jet fan in the building, Lou B, Super Jet fan, fresh off another trip down to HQ2. I don't know how you do it every weekend, Lou.
I don't know how I do it either. I got some sleep yesterday, and I'm back in mode today of my Jets fandom and work. I'm in Long Island. This is my stomping ground, Jake.
Are you excited for training camp Saturday? You and I and the Asmaniacs at the first practice?
6, 7 in the morning. I think we're going to be there about 8, and I'm looking forward to it. But Jake, I was just having a great time with your dad. Had breakfast with your father.
I was going to say, my dad's here helping out, and you guys are off to the side, and I just see only one person talking the entire time, and it's not you.
He can tell stories. I've heard everything pretty much. I know about. I know the roots. I just know everything now, and the Gus Buster's umbrella hotline. I really never knew where that really came from.
You're going to get a free umbrella today.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, keep the S off for savings. There you go. But he said that this is what put Jake through college, this umbrella. So I was like, okay, I get it now.
For you, Lou, you're somehow the most optimistic Jet fan every year.
Yes.
Why are you optimistic that this year will be a lot better than what most people think?
Because of control. I think Muji is the guy that we needed. Just like what happened with the Knicks, Jake, when we were there, we saw what happened when you go and turn something around. I truly believe in this GM. I really believe in him, and I think that if there's a hole, he's going to fill it. Whatever happens with the coaching, I hope Glenn has the best year ever. I really do. We all do as Jet fans. But I think Muji will eventually get this done for us.
So you believe in Muji, so that gives you hope for 2027.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the hope for 2026?
I think I think this year was his first year really getting his foot in the door. I don't think last year's draft really reflected his draft. I think this year was his draft.
Well, do you have concerns about the head coach coaching these players that
I
we
think he has a lot of really smart people around him. I think AG was smart enough to put a lot of experience like Dunbar and Frank. I think he has a lot of help, and I think he needed it because it was his first year. I truly hope that he gets it right, like everyone. Doubtful, possibly, but I really think he has a lot more experienced people around him. So I'm all about our GM, Jake. It all starts from that, to be honest. I think we got the right players. I think we nailed the fucking draft, and I'm feeling good.
Now, for you, Lou, you're going to be at a lot of the away games this
Yes,
year.
all of
Week
them.
1's confirmed. Are you going to Chicago, Kansas City? How many away games do you plan on hitting?
Right now, I have everything planned except LA and Detroit because, I want to do something at home for LA and the Detroit.
You have
game,
everything
so-
booked? Flights,
Yeah,
the whole
booked.
thing?
Yeah, booked. Rooms, tickets, everything.
Are these refundable? So you hopefully
No.
get some of your money back if the team is awful?
No, I'm going regardless. So I don't buy refundable stuff. If I say I'm going, Jake, I'm going.
So you fly out on a Saturday for all these games, game Sunday, come back Sunday night or Monday?
Yeah, it
Well, what's
depends
the
if
schedule?
if I'm working. So sometimes I leave straight from 4 o'clock in the morning from the club and go
Well, we
straight
know
to
you're
the
going to be at
airport.
every home game, but I'm talking the
No,
away
the away
games.
games. So sometimes I leave on Saturday. Yeah, like New England, we're leaving on Saturday, October 17th, and the game is the
unbelievable.
18th. I have a sprinter, so we drive up to the games that we could drive, and then the ones we have to fly, we fly. Kansas City, I'm really looking forward to it. I got this giant crew. It's just me and Derek, and that's it.
Derek, the Kansas Jet fan?
That's it.
It's here, you
Me and
guys?
him. 2 of us
Well,
tailgating.
here's the thing. You'll get more people that will want to be a part of these trips if the team gets off to a decent start. The biggest thing they need to not bury themselves in September like what happened last year.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that I think you're right about Tennessee being so important because we need a win. We need to feel that what we're doing is working. That's really important. It really is to me. And like last year when we planned the Tampa game and then Justin got hurt, like it was a little depressing. I went down there with 50 tickets.
We still had a great time.
Great time. I melted. Everyone left. I was like one of the last people there. And it was depressing going down there knowing that the quarterback was hurt. And I made all these people buy rooms and tickets and shit. So I want to win. Tennessee. We're going to Barstool Sports.
People need to RSVP.
Saturday.
That's
going to be great.
It's all set. RSVP for the Barstool
That's
Nashville
going to be
party.
Wild. Tennessee is wild as it is. With us there, crazy. And if I'm an Ed sitting with us, as long as he gets an aisle seat.
Put us near it because we'll be on TV. You'll be on the whole broadcast, especially if the Jets do anything of significance.
And needs an aisle seat. So we got that taken care of. And Section 110, we have totally taken over.
That's the place to be.
Yes, Section 110 and Barstool on Saturday. Then there's the tailgate before the game on Sunday with the game day guys, right?
That is correct.
And then we have the game.
All the info for people curious is linked in the description for the video for the tailgate and for the free party on Saturday. There's no cover if you RSVP in advance to the Gangrene pre-party at Barstool Nashville. Tailgate tickets are available at GameDayFlightCrew.com for Nashville. Lou B is an extraordinary Jet fan, plans parties for a living, so now we're doing that with Jets games for Asmaniacs and everyone who watches the show. Speaking of parties,
Go Jets! Go Jets!
And one more. Could Gangrene Beach Club have gone any better year one of putting this together?
It went perfect. There was like no complaints, right? People had a good time. That is what it is all about. When you plan events, you want people to get home safe. That's like my main thing. Like I always wait the next day. All right, I didn't hear anything. Okay, we're good. That's the most important thing to me when I do these events. I've been doing events for 30 years. So now that I get to do them and tying the Jets into it is really fun because that I do, for a living. This is just about the fandom.
What was the most shocking thing that you saw at Gangrene Beach Club? Because you're one of the few people that doesn't drink anything. You never drink. So you were stone cold sober, chaperoning all these crazy Jet fans getting after it 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think the shock of when you came up from Chuckwagon and you were like, I just saw Chuckwagon. I was at the table and he came up and he pulled out his card. It's hard to explain, but Jake was like beside himself.
It was one of the funniest interactions I've ever seen. He comes out of nowhere, sits down with the laminated blackjack card, and he's looking at it and he's dialing up what to do on each decision, and it was incredible.
Hilarious. And then I really want to know how much he won. I'm trying to find out. I got some friends in the casino. I'm trying to find out. They don't tell you that information. But Chuckwagon will not let us know how much he won, which is kind of incredible.
The Chuckwagon's a heavy hitter, man.
Heavy hitter now.
Speaking of heavy hitters, Frankie V, I don't know if he's sober yet from that weekend.
And his partner, Ryan, I'm telling you, that guy.
Ryan apparently did great at the craps table, he was saying when I spoke with him.
Everyone won. Like everyone was winning. I think everyone won, which was great. It's even better. But when I walked up to Ryan, I told you he was like, I was like, whoa, I'm not messing with this dude. And Frankie was wrecked. Came up to me at the lobby the next day. He's like, I smell. Just don't get close to me. I'm like, oh, no problem.
He crashed my dinner with my aunt and uncle.
He's hilarious. Fucking hilarious guy.
It was amazing, man. I already have people saying, all right, when's the next one? Next year, are we doing it again? So I'll ask you because you're the guy who can make it happen. Do you intend to have Gangrene Beach Club year 2?
So I never say something that I'm not. I want to make sure that everything is in place. I have a better plan that I want to propose for next year to everyone because it seemed that the rooms were a little bit difficult for people. So there's different dates where we can do that can make it easier for people. And I definitely think like the Wayne thing went over well. So we have to get more players and it could definitely grow to a very big event. And if the team's winning, which I hope.
Well, now you have a proof of concept to go back to HQ2 and say, this is what we got when the Jets are coming off a 3-1
we can
season.
do that, no problem. They loved it. And I think that the Jets are very aware of what we did as well. They saw it. And, hopefully one day they start supporting some of these crazy ventures that we have.
They are crazy.
They are crazy.
but they are a ton of fun.
They are a ton of fun.
All right,
Everyone had a good time.
I have to ask you about the plan to get Beast to the Beast Feast, October 25th, Jets Dolphins. People keep asking me about Beast making the trip, and I say you got to talk to Lou B. I'm talking to Lou B on the air right now. How exactly is Beast going to go from the global studio headquarters in Chicago to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on October 25th?
So he will take a plane. I spoke to him because this is very important. Little Joey cannot be supervised for more than 2-3 days by his mom. So for little Joey, Jake, he has to take a plane, Beast, because if he takes the bus or the train, little Joey will be alone for too many days. Okay, so we decided we're going to take the plane. So first of all, he didn't have the right ID. So we had to get him the DMV, which was a whole process.
Oh, God.
So he printed out everything he needed for DMV to get real ID so he could fly. We got the real ID, which is incredible. So Beast has his ID. Then he needs a luggage, but he found one in the basement, and it's a carry-on. We measured it. I made him measure it, and he has a carry-on. Okay, so we got that part. He can't bring the spike vest. So we're trying to figure out how to get the spikes here because he wants to wear the spike vest. Another problem. So then I got him a flight into JFK. So he's going to fly at JFK. And then Thunderlip says, no. He's going to be his sort of chaperone is going to be Thunderlips. And now I'm trying to pull in Chef Kevin into this as well. So now we switched the flight, and he's landing into Newark, and he's flying out of Newark. So Thunderlips is going to pick him up, and I'm going to con Chef Kevin to dropping him off on Monday.
So Thunderlips, has he told his wife that he's picking Beast up from the Newark
hopefully
airport?
his wife is not watching right now, because if his wife finds this out, that could all go to shit. So now here comes Fireman Ed. I see him.
Oh, look who's here.
The guy.
Yes.
The guy.
The energy.
The aisle seat. We got you the aisle seat.
The aisle seat.
The
aisle seat in Nashville.
The aisle seat. Thank you. We got
there
you
he
the aisle
is.
seat.
The great fireman and everybody. We'll get him on. Let's go.
There he is. So then basically they want to go bowling on Saturday. So Beast wants to have a bowling tournament on Saturday. We didn't bring you up to speed on this. But Thunderlips.
So now there's a bowling tournament added to this?
Bowling
Okay.
tournament. Chef Kevin has actually sent me a list of bowling alleys near the Meadowlands, which I didn't know existed. So now that's going to go on.
Did you get refundable plane tickets for
Yeah,
Beast?
I know how to do all that stuff.
I'm just saying, because until I see Beast get on this plane and be picked up by Thunderlips,
It was
call
the
me
first-
skeptical.
It was the first time I clicked buy the insurance for $14.99. I was like, you know what? This is a good deal. So I bought the insurance, but he's getting on. He's in the 8th row because JetBlue, I was getting him in the 1st row, but now Delta first class flight. So he's in the 8th row. He's going to American Airlines, not Delta. American Airlines, he's going to land. He's going to get on that plane. He wants to get on that plane. I think he's going to do it. This is very important to him.
I from your lips to God's ears that this
And then
actually
he's going to be
happened.
signing autographs. So Gator is currently working on a headshot, and we're trying to find out a good price range. We need it in the chat. Is it $5 a signature or $10 a signature with Beast? He's a working man. He's coming like it's an appearance. Like,
Well, think about it. Him showing up means he can't be mowing lawns, so he's losing out on income.
Yes, and there's apparently thunderstorms in Chicago this week, so he can't mow lawns this week either, Jake. Last week was too hot. This week is thunderstorms.
Right. Of course, if it's above 85 degrees, the man can't mow any lawns.
And you heard about the awards. I'm sure you'll get to that later.
Oh,
on the show.
I of course I heard all about the awards.
This is very, very important.
Beast a 35-time
35 awards this man has won. And facts. This is all true.
Let me see if I can pull up the graphic here. Here's the list of all the awards that Beastbreaker has won. We were able to put it all on one graphic here. 8-time Superstar of the Year, 2 Grand Slams, 3-time Dance Champion of the Year, 3-time Announcer of the Year, 3-time Man of the Year, 2-time Asmaniac of the Month, 2-time Manager of the Year, 2-time Comeback Player of the Year, 2-time Home Run Hitting Champion, unclear what league that's in, 2-time FTW Champion, 2-time Superstar of the Decade, 2-time Rookie of the Year. How could you be a Rookie of the Year twice, I wonder? 1-time Party of the Year, 1-time Football Coach of the Year, 1-time Wildest Hair of the Year, and 1-time Bake Off Champion back in '96.
This man is amazing, Jake.
He's won many accolades, many awards, and he'll be the host of the Beast Feast on October 25th. Thanks to you.
Yes, and so everyone, should it be $5 or $10? What do you think is a fair market value for a signature of such a man that won this amount of awards?
I will let you know what the chat says to that, Lou.
Yeah,
But-
we definitely need to do like a poll on that. What would you pay for a Beast headshot signature? And this is
I mean, you may never get another one.
all
so.
funds go to the global headquarters.
Global studio
renovation.
headquarters. Unbelievable.
Did that.
This is
Dad does joke after joke.
This is unreal.
So
Lou,
that's what's going on.
you're the man. I'm glad that you were able to stop by. You gonna try
Yeah.
and play golf today?
No, I don't golf.
You just here to hang
don't
out.
golf. I
talk
hit
to
someone
Jet
with a
Legends?
golf club once. That was the furthest I went with golfing.
I
That's
love it. Well done.
All right, you guys have a great day.
No, I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with more Jet
You got
players. We got Fireman Ed here. Greg
Let's
Bubble's
go.
still going to join us. So
Let's
a
go.
lot to do. We're raising money for the Marty Lyons Foundation along the way. Send in some super chats and gifted memberships, and it goes towards that today on the show. Back with more right after these short words here on the Jake Asman Show.
I've been hit by a bus, still got back up.
You've been hit by a bus. Let's start.
Cut
What
the guy
type of
out.
bus? Short bus?
Public transit. The guy was an asshole, so yeah, I already took care of it. Don't worry about it.
So what happened after he hit you?
And got physical, so I don't want to talk about
You
it.
beat up the bus driver?
But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about
Sexy. And then the second thing is you said you survived an ear infection? Wow.
2005, 2015, 2016. Survived.
Hold on. This is a huge accomplishment. You're a 3-time ear infection survivor?
No, that don't count.
What do you mean they don't count?
That's the past. This is the future. The future is, they lost some of my mail.
Oh, shit.
Ask to speak with an American.
Does anybody want some okie dokie?
No.
I said I'd like to speak to an agent, please.
632, is that correct?
See?
Sorry, I did not get that.
I said yes.
Sorry, I did not get that. Thank you for taking the survey. This will be a brief 5-question survey to gain feedback on your automated experience. Please listen. Please tell us how satisfied you were.
It's been lacking, and you're lying to me and making me look like I'm an idiot.
How likely are you to recommend the USPS, with 0 being not at all likely and 10 being extremely likely?
So far, we're looking at it 2 because right now it's very lacative. It's very unappreciative.
How would you rate the ease of use of the automated system?
I'm going to say 1 because lately you've been very slow. You're very out of touch, and you guys ain't doing a great job. You're doing a lazy, piss poor job, and it's not that good. Lazy, lacative.
I apologize.
I want to speak to an agent now. Where of the mail that I'm supposed to have delivered to me? Are you trying to hide something from me, or are you just trying to take off with it?
Well, I don't know who you are referring to.
There's going to be some consequence. Do the job, or if you can't do your job, get out.
So who's lying to you, sir?
Why do you guys do this? Even computers are even complicated for me nowadays. Even when you try to do a background on your computer, you can't even do that anymore.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.
Back here at the Marty Lyons Charity Classic, and joining us now is former Jet John Nitty. John, welcome back to the show.
Good to see you, Jake.
John, for you've known Marty Lyons a long, long time. You've been to many of these events. What does it mean to be a part of the 40th annual Celebrity Golf Classic?
No, it's incredible. I have known Marty since 1981, so that's 45 years. And I was actually at the first event that we ever had. It was at the Holiday Inn in Westbury. And at that time, it was for the Leukemia Society. It wasn't even quite the foundation yet. So I think that was 82. And so it's just been an incredible run. I've been on the board for since 2000, so 26 years. And as I said, involved right from the start. I joked with Marty because the 34th annual, he told me, yeah, you're going to be person of the year or whatever. And so I remember, since I was involved right from the beginning, I said, well, when I got up to receive the award, I said, well, that's a great honor. But, let's not make too big a deal out of it. I came in 34th place. but when I say a good run, I mean the amount of impact that it's had on children, making them feel special, making them feel like they deserve better and they get better. And it's amazing how much a positive outlook can help fight disease.
How did you and Marty become so close when you guys were teammates, because you come in as an undrafted guy, right? You're converting from
Yep.
safety to learning how to play fullback, right? So you have a very unconventional path to the NFL, whereas Marty, of course, is a first-round pick. So,
Number one. Right.
so the dynamics of your guys' relationship, I'm fascinated by. How did you and Marty become so close when you guys both played with the Jets?
Yeah, well, we just kind of clicked. I remember Marty took me out my second year, and I thought we were just going out a little bit, and I had to report a week early because I was reporting with the rookies because I wasn't going to give anyone a week on me. And so he picked me up, and I thought we were going to go to a local place. I'd be home nice and early. Well, he took me to Farmingdale Airport. We got on a Lear jet, went into Connecticut, stayed out till like 3 a.m, and I had to report that. They got back, went to bed, and had to report.
Goodness.
So but we just like became close pretty quickly. And then I was a big supporter of what he was trying to do. Marty was an icon, and he was the type that, would be in the locker room, would be slamming tables and motivating everyone, and a much different demeanor than he has today. But he always had a big heart. And, I can't think of a better compliment than to tell someone like him that they're a kind-hearted warrior. And that was Marty to a T.
When you got to the Jets, you kind of were there right as the sack exchange era was going into, the full stratosphere of what it became. Was there a moment early on when you realized that the Jet defense could be special with those 4 guys up front? Like, was there a practice or something that stands out very early on before it was known it was the New York sack exchange that you could talk about?
Well, yeah, first of all, when you're a special teams, whatever guy, you go against them in practice all the time.
That couldn't have been fun.
Because you're running, the team that you're going to play, you're doing their offense so that our defense gets a good look. It was to the point where I remember we were playing Detroit, and I wore number 20 for Billy Sims. So, and I watched Billy Sims on film and tried to mimic what he would do out on the field. But I can remember, Gastineau coming at me, and in those days we went full go all the time. And, you see Gastineau, it's thighs and nostrils just coming at you. You're like, oh no, I got to hit this guy again. But I can remember my first day in the weight room. I walked in, and Joe Klecko was sitting on a bench, and he had 3 plates on. So I said, okay, 315 pounds, no big deal. He's going to bench 315. Okay, I'm feeling like I belong. And he turned around and he started doing shoulder presses with it. I'd never seen that before. And that's when I said, oh, I'm in trouble.
I've heard of former players who played against Joe, played with him, say that he was the strongest football player they ever played with or went up against. I mean, that story kind of, I think, represents a lot of what we've heard in the past.
Absolutely. And he was the type of guy that he was also very dedicated. So he wanted, you need to have strong hands so that you can take the linemen and push them to the side like he used to do. And so instead of just doing the hand grip types of things, he did the opposite way too, kind of like the theory of an alligator, right? An alligator can close their mouth, but they can't open it. So as long as you get it shut, you're going to be okay. So what he would do is he'd do exercises to pull his fingers out and to strengthen them going out instead of just grip. So, I mean, he didn't leave any stone unturned. He worked out and trained every way possible. And that was an unbelievable. The sack exchange they were tough to go against. Abdul Salam, the soldier of peace, broke my leg in practice.
Take us through that experience.
Yeah, we were just running scout team, and I was, I think the play was I remember his 35 over lead draw, and I tried to cut back against the grain, and he came across and just broke my leg.
How long were you out for?
No, well, that was the year we went on strike. So we went on strike right after that. And by the time the strike was over, I was ready to come back. So it was my fibula. So it wasn't, in fact, I walked off the field. I didn't even know it was broken and went into the training room, and they pushed on it and the whole bone moved over. And they said, yeah, it's broken.
different day and age with some of these injuries.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
For you, John, when you, of course, played on some of those Jet teams that were synonymous with the sack exchange, did it mean something to you and a lot of your teammates to see Joe kind of represent that era of Jets football getting into the Hall a couple of years ago?
Absolutely. And a lot of us, we all went and spent the weekend in Canton.
It was an amazing weekend for Jet fans, with Darrell being a part of it too.
That's right. That's right. So, no, that was great to see him get that. He so well deserved. I mean, the only one to be all pro at all three positions, and really an icon in the NFL. So, really, we were all just so honored to be there with him.
Looking at the current Jets now, give us your thoughts on year two with another former Jet as the head coach, Aaron Glenn, and just, you have expectations at all for this team? What do you expect to see from the Jets in 2026?
Jake, you know so much more about that than I do.
You're still watching all the games, though.
Oh, yeah, and I still go to the games. You know, we still have season tickets, and but it would be hard for me to assess. I would say that they've got a ways to go. I think the Giants, quite frankly, are in a better place than the Jets.
Well, they seemingly have hope because of a proven head coach, a young quarterback who looked good as a rookie.
Yep. Yeah, good draft. You know, I think both teams had a fairly good draft. You know, I think they've still have a lot of holes to fill on the Jets. And, you know, if we could maybe win, I don't know, 7-10, or, you know, so that would be nice. Just do better than last year, and then maybe the following year have the possibility of getting to a point where at least a winning record or the playoffs.
I do like the general manager. I think we have
Yes.
a guy who has a real plan. They're building the team up, and you can put a quarterback into it in the draft a year from now with 3 first-round picks. I do think there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
As crazy as it is to say that as a Jet fan after how long it's been with a lack of a playoff season.
Yeah, what I would have kept Aaron Rodgers around.
Me too.
And then and they had the opportunity. I watched Jackson Dart in college. I thought he was an excellent player. I love his mindset. And I think, you know, you have Aaron Rodgers for, you know, a year mentoring Jackson Dart, and now Jackson Dart becomes your franchise quarterback. That didn't happen. And I think they're still searching for a quarterback, you know, so you know, I mean, I know we have a quarterback for this year, but how long is that going to last?
Gino's back.
Gino's back, yes. But, you know, I think I don't want to get into his, you know, off the field issues right now, but there seems to be some. And I think, you know, if he's going to give us what we need, he needs to focus on football.
He's carrying a driver's license on him. I mean,
Right.
twice he gets pulled over and doesn't have a license. That's the bare minimum, Gino.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable. John, you've been a part of this foundation from the very beginning. You're on the board. If people want to get involved, like you've been involved these last 40+ years, what's the best way they could do that?
Go on the website, call the foundation. We're always looking for volunteers. We're in, I think, 13 different states, so you can always help out in a lot of different ways. And we need the volunteers. You know, you don't have to be a board member to help. You can just be a volunteer. You know,
It's an incredible foundation. Marty Lyons Foundation.org, the website for all the info. Great to have you on, John. Thanks for
great
coming
to
on.
have you, Jake, and great to have all of you, the support that you give the foundation and your time. It's very, very much appreciated.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. We'll hit a quick break. John Nitty has been our guest. Again, Marty Lyons Foundation.org. More special guests set to join us. Keep it right here. Jake Asman with you, live from Long Island.
Rejected. Sorry. Bullshit.
Breaker 666, he's the man who would kick your ass, and then he'd gobble.
Would you silence, or should I do one of these? You know what time it is? A beast breaker 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gobble go. I'm not gonna waste my time on other shit that doesn't make any sense.
I'm a beast breaker and I love Harry Potter. I'm a magical fart wizard. Abracadabra bitches. I'm gonna blast ass in my diaper. Can't be a bag of dicks. Can't be a bag of dicks. Can't be a bag of dicks. Bag of dicks. Bag of dicks.
all have pissed me off so hard. Because this is really getting nowhere.
Richie Stickers, kiddies love my stickers. Jets media subscribers begging for my stickers. Here's my kick-ass sticker, now leave me the hell alone, bitches.
Peter, I'm scared to see this. I'm becoming the sticker guy.
Get your stickers.
Oh my God, we got a banger sent over from Gator.
Get your stickers.
I didn't know it was becoming a thing, though.
Get your stickers.
I am strapped up with stickers, and if anybody comes up to me, you get a sticker.
Richie Stickers.
Yeah, of course, man, I have a sticker. Does anybody watching this have a sticker that I gave them in person? I mean, I don't know where this accusation's coming from. One kid came up to me to show me his phone. I gave him a sticker.
Whoa. Hi, Bobby. Who the fuck is that?
Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knuckles. Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knuckles. Taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Bobby and Charles, they're damn sexy. Let's party. Let's party. Bobby and Charles, they're hot and sweaty. Let's party. Let's party.
That stupid shithead fucked everything up.
You made a song about me.
He's back!
JJ checking in, man. I had to come out of retirement for this one, yeah. Props to my boy Alan for holding my punk ass in his man uterus. Yo, ain't worried about Gator, but he worried about me. Just wait till I get out of this belly, cause I need to shit and pee. Man, instead of making videos, you should hit the gym. When I get out of here, I'm gonna put a guy named Jim up my butt, cause I like things in my butt, all kinds of things. Remember Ryan Fitzpatrick? He gave me a candy cane, then I took that candy cane, I put it in my butt. I love all kinds of things in my butt, that's what I do. I put things in my butt. I love things, I put things in my butt. Oh yeah, put things in my butt. Yeah, JJ out. Oh yeah, here I come again, Gator. I ain't gonna quit until I bleed out from all kinds of things exiting my caboose. I got some new dilemma cause I'm always left alone. There's stuff in my apartment seems to fit inside my hole. Just the other day I found some old Gorilla Glue. Should've stuck it up my ass, but this what I'm gonna do. Squeezed a little glue on my dirty middle finger. Wiped it on my nuts, you know it made me feel like Diddy. Let go of my sock and felt it sticking to my butt pipe. Shit, that bitch is stuck and now I'm sitting here screaming. My balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are sore. I glued my balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are sore. Damn, I've been here before. I'll be back again. It's not my first rodeo. At least I'm not pulling a bowling pin out like last week. Not sure I'm gonna have time for another disc.
I mean, I've been hit by a bus, still got back up.
You've been hit by a bus. Let's start.
Cut
What
the
type
guy
of
out.
bus? Short bus?
Public transit. The guy was an asshole, so yeah, I already took care of it. Don't worry about it.
So what happened after he hit you?
It got physical, so I don't want to talk about it.
You beat up the bus driver?
But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about
sexy.
And then the second thing is you said you survived an ear infection? Wow.
2005, 2015, 2016. Survived.
Hold on. This is a huge accomplishment. You're a 3-time ear infection survivor?
No, that don't count.
What do you mean they don't count?
That's the past. This is the future. The future is... Oh, they lost some of my mail.
Oh, shit.
Ask to speak with an American.
Does anybody want some okie dokie?
No.
I said I'd like to speak to an agent, please.
632, is that correct?
See?
Sorry, I did not get that.
I said yes.
Sorry, I did not get that. Thank you for taking the survey. This will be a brief 5-question survey to gain feedback on your automated experience. Please listen. Please tell us how satisfied you were.
It's been lacking, and you're lying to me and making me look like I'm an idiot.
How likely are you to recommend the USPS, with 0 being not at all likely and 10 being extremely likely?
So far, we're looking at it 2 because right now it's very lacative. It's very unappreciative.
How would you rate the ease of use of the automated system.
I'm going to say 1 because lately you've been very slow. You're very out of touch, and you guys ain't doing a great job. You're doing a lazy, piss poor job, and it's not that good. Lazy, laxative.
I apologize.
I want to speak to an agent now. Where of the mail that I'm supposed to have delivered to me? Are you trying to hide something from me, or you just trying to take off with it?
Well, I don't know who you are referring to.
There's going to be some consequence. Do the job, or if you can't do your job, get out.
So who's lying to you, sir?
Why do you guys do this? Even computers are even complicated for me nowadays. Even when you try to do a background on your computer, you can't even do that anymore. Where is my...
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets!
We pulled this man off the golf course and got him to our set before the Marty Lyons Charity Golf Classic gets underway. It's Fireman Ed stopping by. Ed, look at the mic setup for you. We had to pull out all the stops to make sure we got the helmet displayed and the mic on the headset.
This
there.
is my man, Jake. You know I gotta come. I was down by the golf cart, and I'm thinking they're gonna go out in 5 minutes. I said, Jake, heck with it. They're gonna have to wait. What am I gonna do?
We got to talk Jets football, baby.
Yeah.
Training camp this week.
I'm gonna hit a rope anyway when I get out there. Right off the. No, what's happening? Let's talk.
Are you optimistic? I know you're always optimistic, but why should I be optimistic? Because I'm very down.
Well, listen, I don't know how. Would I say I'm optimistic like I usually am? No, there's no way. Especially, here's what bothers me. When I see our quarterback get pulled over and all the nonsense that goes on, how come there's no other quarterback in the NFL gets pulled over? Anybody else get pulled over?
Not that I know.
Anybody I know?
I haven't seen
it 2 or 3 times. So I'm just wondering where his head's at. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for him. I want to see him do well. We all do. I want to see Aaron Glenn do well because I'm rooting for Aaron Glenn because he's one of us. But Jake, listen, Gino's going to have his head on straight. If he has his head on straight, I think we have way more talent than a lot of the pundits are giving us credit for.
Well, if he carries a license, that'd be half the battle right there. I mean,
that would be nice.
I mean, my God.
Well, that's the decision maker of our team. That's
agreed.
what gets me. That if you ask me why, I'm telling you that's going to bother me.
He's the
because that's
CEO
the
of the
leader.
team. I completely agree with you.
So,
But I also agree with something you just said. There's talent on this team. Like, again, the Jets, people think they're going to be the worst team in football. They should not be that bad if this team is properly coached, which I have questions about the head coach, sure. But there's no way from a talent standpoint, this is one of the worst rosters in the NFL. I just don't buy that.
No, and I like the guy. I'm a big Frank Reich fan, so I was more than thrilled when they got Frank Reich. I mean, we got some stability on the offensive end of the ball. So, he'll be in charge, and let's see if our quarterback can take a clue from Frank Reich, who's the consummate pro he was. So, let's see if that happens. I'm hoping it does. The defensive end of the ball, listen, Aaron Glenn should be coaching the defensive end of the ball. When I seen that, I don't know if Woody got involved or 88, and who knows? I don't know what to believe at this point.
I actually think it's fine that if he is coaching the defense. That's what some of the best coaches do. Coach what got you the job.
I agree with you. I don't think you need another coordinator when you were when you were a stud. So I agree with all of that. Listen, I think if things go correctly, things go health-wise, and I think we could win 6 to 8, top 8 games. We're not winning more than 8, and I would say somewhere around 6.
Well,
would
8 saves the coach's job, I think. 6,
well,
6 might not.
Well, I don't know. 6. It depends on how the 6 come.
Who are they against? One of them needs to be week 1 when you and I are sitting next to each other in Nashville.
Yes, they really need to get off to a good start. I got a little birdie that was out in Tahoe that told me that Salah said they were gonna beat our ass. That came directly from Salah. I can't say who said it to me, but he said we're gonna beat their ass. I said, "Oh, baby, put that on them. Put that on the board."
Right, and
that
should motivate the Jets.
Yes,
because last year you lose to Aaron Rodgers, it snowballs. The Jets always lose the revenge game. They lose to Sam Darnold against the Jets a couple of years ago. Geno eliminated them from the playoffs in the 2022 season. It's time to win a revenge game. And Salah's notorious for awful starts to the season.
Well, yeah, and listen, one thing we know about Coach Sala, he could talk because he talks to the wrong guys. Like, he confided with Joe Benigno. I mean, about Zach Wilson. I mean, come on, what are we doing? So when I heard that in Tahoe, because my boys were out there for the that celebrity, what is that?
It's a big charity tournament.
Yeah, the big charity tournament, and they were with all the big guns. And Sala, he had a jet hat on, and he said, we see you week 1. He goes, we're gonna beat your ass. I said, oh baby, let me broadcast that a little bit. So I made sure that when I got on your show, I'm broadcasting it because it came from his lips.
Well, it's time for the Jets to fight back.
Yeah, fight back is right. Listen, I think I like the infiltration of veterans on this team. I like Minka and DeMario. I think they'll give some stability to that side of the ball. I think our offensive line is a lot better than people are saying it is. I mean, we'll see. We'll see about that. Let's see. I like what I like the acquisitions. The one thing we know, Jake, we got a GM.
I do like Darren Mucci a lot.
We know we have a GM.
Well, here's how I look at it. If this year is a disaster, the light at the end of the tunnel is this is one of the most attractive jobs in the NFL a year from now. 3 first-round picks, $100 million in cap space. There's good players on this team.
Samini told me 150 in Atlantic City.
That's before some of these extensions start. It's between 100 and 150. They could add more money if they need it because no one's making any money on this team right now.
They're going to blow out the next team. They're going to have like way more money than most of the other teams. So you like you just said, you got a lot to look forward to. The 3 first-rounders. Let's root against the Colts. Let's see the Colts have
against the Packers, the Cowboys.
We want to see all of that happen.
We got a lot of hate watching this year.
Lord knows and the one thing I don't want to see them do, don't play Klubnik. Give that kid a chance, will you? If you're going to play him at the end of the year. Don't be playing this kid. These kids are never ready
he
to
might
come
be the
into
backup.
the big show.
I mean, it sounds like they're going to give him a legit chance to compete with Bailey Zappi to be the second quarterback.
The same shit every time. Come on.
Well, hopefully Gino for
give the kid a break.
Gino's been healthy in his career. That's the one thing. Like he doesn't have a hit.
Yes.
You could say that about Aaron Rodgers as well.
Yes.
No, that one.
Yes. We don't have a great track record.
No.
When it comes to the quarterback.
Well, you just know, other than the year Rodgers came back, which is ironic, he started all 17 games that year. Every year, 2 or 3 Jet quarterbacks has to somehow get in action. We see it every year. Last year they played Brady Cook for 5 games.
You know what, Jake? This fan base we know is starving. They're just starving. And you know what we want to see? Is this too much to ask? Come November 1st,
relevant.
We're relevant. Can we? There's a scenario where I see us. We could literally be after 9 games 4-5. There's a scenario.
Sure.
There. You beat the Tennessee Titans and you lose those next 3 to the north up in the NFC, and then you can go on a little bit of. You could start beating some teams there because they're all winnable. And
I think they could be 4-4 through 8. If you tell me they win week 1, Ed, can they win one of the next 3 against one of those North teams? Then you play the Browns. You can win that game.
Yes.
You play the Patriots in New England. Tough game. But then after that, you're at home for Miami and the Raiders. Those are winnable games. You could be 4-4 if you do what I just said.
Yes. So we'll see. I would sign up for 3-5 too. I would sign up for 3-5.
Give us a season.
But
last year
I think legitimately we could go 4-5. Anyway, I gotta go hit a few balls, see if I can do something.
And then training camp this week. It's all happening.
It's all happening, baby. We're back. It's always a pleasure being on your show with the Asmaniacs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great fireman Ed.
Go Jets.
Quick break. We're coming back with more right after this.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. From a field seeded 1 through 64, this is a tournament unlike any that has ever been put together. Expect the unexpected. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? Did Charles just fart again? Better wake up, Beastbreaker. Not since the moon landing has Gary been more excited. Let's get to it.
In honor of this matchup getting underway, got to pay homage to both of these legendary Asmaniacs. Got my cigar for Neil, my bucket hat for Lowski. Let's freaking go.
Neil, it's all love, baby, but you gotta get this cigar up your ass today.
Goes a little overboard now when he says to put a cigar up my ass. He must love my ass here, Lowski. Here it is, Lowski. Come put it up my ass right now. Come on now, Lowski. and a little worried about you why you put cigars in people's butts. I don't know if I like that so much. Anybody that's going to be on this show 30 years from now, still rooting for the Jets, that's who I want to see. That's it. Mic drop.
It is time to declare a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, your first look at our champion of the left side of the bracket. Give it up. King Lowski moves on to the national championship game.
Yeah! Yeah, God damn it! We going to the ship! Baby, I need to win this thing, baby!
We are now down to just 3. King Lowski's already advanced. Gary or Mr. Bonesy will face off against the King in our national championship. Who will face the King? In honor of these two going at it, I have my boxing glove for Gary 3D Boxing and my Alden shoe right here. Here we go. Bonesy versus Gary. First, here is Gary's wife with a message from home.
Gary, thank you for the vacuum cleaner.
A quick word from Mrs. Bonesy.
Oh, Mr. Bonesy.
I'm here to back up your dad.
Well, voting for him is voting for me. And voting for me is also voting for Morgan or Nanny.
Many have asked about Decker's nanny, Morgan. Here's a message from Morgan and her friends in the same sorority.
I vote Decker and Gary. You asked for who we delivered. Now we better get a lot of votes.
I see Gary pulling out all the stops, so I just want to show him what I got going on with my family.
Hi, Lola.
Say hi to everybody.
What the heck?
Give me a Jets chant.
There it is. The man who will advance to the national title game and take on King Lowski tomorrow afternoon is none other than Bonesy, advancing your first look at our national final.
King Lowski, Mr. Bonesy, the Asmaniac Madness Championship.
One Asmaniac will be left standing. We got a great final coming up between 2 OG listeners of the show. So it's going to be a blast to see how it all plays out. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the trophy that we're going to award is named after the late, great Keith Best. Keith would always call in between chemo treatments, was a huge supporter of the show and beloved in the community. So we named the trophy after Keith. The Best of the Best trophy will be awarded today, named after the late, great Keith Best. So RIP, of course, to Keith. We're keeping his memory alive. The bottom line is this: you can't go wrong with either of these two tremendous callers. Only one can win. Only one can cut down the nets and win the first ever Best of the Best trophy. Vote, 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 baby. A championship matchup is underway.
How you feeling, Bones?
These are 2 OGs, man. You know, I'm just going to come at it like I've been for the last 3 years. Just being genuine. This is what it's all about. Honored to be against the King. Lowski with the crown, you know how it is.
Let's do it, baby. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what we all deserve, baby. As maniacs that been here from the start. We've been rocking with Jake since the beginning. It's all a collective. You gotta be a maniac. You gotta be a diehard Jet fan, and you gotta know what this damn team is about. 2 OGs that's really going at it, baby. I love every minute of it. Let's go.
To the fact that it is 51-49, 50-50 right now. Teetering.
Crazy.
Unreal. I just want to thank both of you. You're both the winners in my book. And, man, thanks for making this so much fun for everyone.
We want to thank you, Jake. We want to thank you, man, because
for sure
you're doing this. Gator's a big part of this. You know, the committee, I mean, the people voting, all of us involved. Love from us, from everybody, man. We love you guys. It's family. It's family, baby. It's family.
We are nearing the home stretch. And as I look at the scoreboard right now, it is truly any Asmaniacs game. Bonesy or Lowski, it's 51-49. 3, 2, 1, 6:30. Poll is closed. 883 votes. When I hit close, officially, Mr. Bonesy is your champion of Asmaniac Madness.
At the end of the day, Asmaniac,
I thank you, man. I thank you for all of the love. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mr. Bonesy, baby. Make that speech epic at the party, baby.
Bonesy!
Let's go. Let's go, fellas. I want to shout out King for a great battle. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. The love that I'm feeling, man, it's great. And we're a big family. You guys know I'm one of the biggest Jet fans out here. You guys know how I rap, how I roll. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Jake. Let's do this. Let's go.
Baby.
Let's go.
Mr. Bonesy, give it up to the Bones Man. He is your champion.
JTS!
Yeah!
Hey, Asmaniacs, make sure to hit the like button and keep on supporting the Jake Asman Show.
That's right, Beast. If you don't subscribe to Jake Asman Show, the Jets will never win another game. Go Jets!
We're live from the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic. Big thank you to John J. Williams, who's in our raffle this week for 2 entries. New set of weekly prizes now includes a Darrelle Revis signed football. And again, all the proceeds from our Super Chats today and gifted memberships are going towards the Marty Lyons Foundation. Joining us now is a member of the Foundation's board. He's someone I know well. He's a diehard Jet fan, a daily viewer of the show. It's Jake Brown. Jake, can you tell us the title that you have with the Marty Lyons Foundation?
Thank you so much for having me. You know I'm a big Asmaniac at heart as well. I am the chairman of the Young Professionals Committee for Marty's foundation, and I'm also on his board of directors.
What does that mean to you to be a part of it? And, you know, this charity outdates our lifespan, 40 years of this event alone, 44 as a charity. What does it mean to you as a Jet fan to be part of Marty's foundation?
It's a dream come true. I've been involved since 2019. I've been on his committee, and I kind of worked my way up over the years to become a member of his board of directors and become the chairman of the Young Professional Committee. And I tell everyone, it is hands down the most meaningful work I've done in my whole life. Just working with the charity and raising money for through the events and whatnot, and meeting the Wish families. It's all really meaningful work to me. So,
what's been the coolest experience you've had being a part of the foundation and helping so many?
Easily the Lions Bowl, the flag football tournament that we do at MetLife Stadium. So we have a tournament at MetLife Stadium every fall where we get about 10 to 12 teams, and we raised over $18,000 last year.
Wow.
So little exclusive news break for the Asmaniacs. Save the date. It's going to be November 20th. It's a Friday. The doors are going to open at 5 p.m. We're still ironing out the details, but we hope to be playing games by 6:15, 6:30. But it's a great event. I mean, big fans of the show, Gotham City. They always have a team. They haven't struck the championship yet, but maybe this is the year. Maybe they need to get you on the team.
I'm interested. So are there still slots open for people interested that want to put together a team for this?
So I would advise everyone to follow us on Instagram, MLF Young Professionals. Very simple, MLF Young Professionals. We're going to be posting throughout the next couple weeks and months about how to register for a team or register for a spectator ticket where you can come watch the games, hang in the coaches club. We're going to have a buffet, chicken fingers, fries, sliders, salads, cookies. We have a cash bar for anyone who wants to come and responsibly, have a couple drinks. But no, working with the team at MetLife has been amazing, and the Jets, and we're super pumped. That's our big fundraiser every year.
What's it like to catch a pass on the MetLife turf? Your ACL okay? Everything's intact?
I'm okay. I was doing play action the other year and pretending like I was Rodgers, but that didn't work out. So,
no grass either now. I mean, God forbid they left the grass field after the World Cup.
I know. But no, all in all, we that's our big event, but we have a Super Bowl box that we do every February. So we do a 50-50 split. 50% goes to the charity and 50% we divvy up. We do March Madness brackets, so we get a sponsor to cover the first, second, and third place prizes every year. Then we do $10 a bracket, max 10 brackets per person. And at the end of the day, if we sell 100, 150 brackets, it's found money for the foundation. So
it's an amazing foundation. You guys do amazing work. I mean, what's it like being a Jet fan and being around all these former Jets every single year? You get a chance to be at this event.
I mean, a day like today, this is actually my first time being at this event. Yeah. So it's just never worked out for me in the past, but it's incredible just to meet everyone and see Fireman Ed so close and in person. And, I know you guys had that little fiesta a couple of weeks ago.
You should have been there. Gang Green Beach Club.
I know, but I was living vicariously through the Instagram stories and videos, and hopefully next year you have a little better weather.
That'd be nice. You know what's funny though? People really didn't even know it was raining. It was just everyone was having such a good time and just enjoying
That's
the
it.
camaraderie of being a fan of this team that we're somehow still fans of after all these painful years.
That's what it's all about, though.
That's right.
So
Are you optimistic for this year? Are you normally an optimistic type of fan?
I am. I'm a big fan of the show with Rich Amini and BT. I think the dynamic between the three of you is amazing. I was saying earlier, like, I can't wait for in season when, you guys are doing the show. Hopefully we have some meaningful conversations that you
Please.
guys can have through like Halloween. Like, just get us like halfway through the season so we could have some entertainment on that show.
You should come to Nashville week 1 with all of us.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you get the whole crew.
All right. Week 2, potentially, whiteout. So
At least the helmets look very nice.
Yes, they do. So no, it's all good. Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, follow us on Instagram, MLF Young Professionals. We're going to be posting throughout the next couple of weeks, and about registering, and also if you want to volunteer for our committee, whether it's just this event or in a bigger way, shape, or form. Shoot us a DM. We'll answer as soon as we can, and we'd love to get you involved.
Jake, continued success.
Thank you very much.
Awesome work that you do with the foundation here, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being at that flag football tournament at
Yes.
MetLife in November.
Gotham City needs you.
Love it. Jake Brown from the Marty Lyons Foundation with us here. Keep it right here. We have maybe one special guest set to join us to wrap this baby up. Jake Asman with you live on Long Island. We're coming right back right after this.
You're the leader, goddammit.
Yeah, I know. I'm like an emperor almost.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
It's quite extraordinary.
Quite extraordinary.
You know, women shouldn't vote. Just do laundry and vacuum. Extraordinary.
Rebecca, I would love for you to deflower me.
The only thing worse than the New York Jets is cheap-ass shoes and head coach blues. At least we got Muji and some first-round picks. Jake, my brother, I'm trying to get hype, but this team sucks, and Joe Bonesy needs me to sell new flippers to this fat dumpster fire.
Oh, shit.
Beastbreaker's arch nemesis.
That's the son of a bitch I want.
Why the fuck are you even doing this?
Are you an actual lawyer or what, man?
Yeah, I am a lawyer.
If you're in trouble with the law and you need a lawyer, you better call Bonesy. As maniacs unite when the beast is in trouble. So you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books, fucking law books.
He's a son of a bitch.
I'm down. Listen, bro, if you cared about Beast, there's no reason you would have came on
Hey,
the
don't
show.
throw me, man, all right?
So if you're down and out and you need a lawyer, perhaps you're in trouble with that law, better call Bonesy. And the Asmaniacs, you all stick together. And we'll unite as one. And you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books, fucking law books. If you're in trouble with the law and you need a lawyer, you better call Bonesy. As maniacs unite when the beast is in trouble, so you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books, fucking law books.
I've heard some hot bullshit talk loud like that. That guy is.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets!
And we are back at the Marty Lyons Celebrity Golf Classic. Before we bring on our final guest, my dad, Steve Asman, let's talk about a brand new sponsor. That is Brooklyn Bedding. I got a mattress from Brooklyn Bedding coming this week. I am so excited. I have been told so many great things about Brooklyn Bedding. I have a ton of friends who have a Brooklyn Bedding mattress. And look, between hosting the show, doing radio, traveling, spending way too many hours reacting to brutal jet losses, getting quality sleep during the season is really, really important. That's why I am so pumped to get a Brooklyn Bedding mattress this week. They offer options for every type of sleeper. use temperature regulating materials to help keep yourself cool, even give you a 120 night comfort trial. So try it out. If you like it, great. If not, you could try a different mattress. They have something for everyone. Go to brooklynbedding.com. Use my promo code Jake at checkout for 30% off site-wide during the summer sale. That's brooklynbedding.com. Promo code Jake for 30% off site-wide, exclusive with my code Jake. All right, we're joined now by the guy who's the reason I am a Jets fan, Steve Asman, his annual visit in person on the show. Hello, Dad.
Develops character. I told you that when I made you a Jet fan. It gives you character.
It builds character.
In fact, I just sent you an Instagram piece on somebody telling that to young Jet fans they were creating, and how it's going to build your character. See?
It's not for the
Build
it's not for
your
the weak.
character.
Yeah, it's not great, but
Getting back to your sponsor, though, 1 second. Let's do about Brooklyn Betting. If this temperature control thing, because you're always hot, so I can attest from all the air conditioning bills that I've had to spend in my lifetime that Jake is always hot. So if this bed has really good temperature, then that's the bed to get. Save yourself on electricity.
I'll be trying it this week. I've looked at all the different models, and they've been great to work with. So I will have a full report. But, I mean, read the reviews. Brooklyn Betting is awesome. Are you optimistic about the New York Jets?
I'm optimistic that Muji is running the team the correct way. I am not optimistic on a guy who says things like defense is his superpower.
You don't think he has
I
superpowers?
think he's standing with kryptonite. So personally, I'm not so sure. As a player, I love the guy, but as a coach right now, don't know if he's got the goods to be in the New York market to run a team. So hopefully Frank Reich will show something on the offense, because I think on paper now they look good. If Gino is competent, but still the defense, I'm not sold with the secondary.
You sound like you're getting choked up talking about the Jets.
No, I was about to cough, and I didn't want to do that live on the air, but I'm fine now.
It'd be a drop that we'd play a lot on the show if you did that.
Well, that's why I'm trying to. I don't want to be a beast maker.
You're a big fan of Beast.
I am a big fan of Beast. I'm a big fan of Bobby Midnight.
Bobby is
even the lane trade. I'm an even bigger fan of Neil. If Neil's listening, hi Neil, how are you?
You could have hung out with Neil at the Atlantic City event if you made the trip.
Well, we may as well tell everybody why I wasn't there. Your stepmother wasn't feeling right. She had some surgery, so I couldn't go because I was babysitting your stepmother.
You can come to Nashville week 1 if you want to see Neil. He'll be sitting with us at Fireman Ed and about 150
Nashville's
Asmaniacs.
a great town. I used to go. I don't know. Do you remember when I used to go do Nashville for the Shop at Home Network? I used to go there for that.
Vaguely remember that. I've been to Nashville once for the draft in 2019, and it was awesome. So I'm looking forward to getting back there.
I would have called John Daly and make sure you can get into his place. I'll go do that.
Tell him to come to Barstool Nashville for our party if he's in town.
I'll send him a text later. You never know with him.
He's a loose cannon.
He's not like that's not true. He's not a loose cannon anymore.
Jay Quest writes, and anyone going to camp Saturday, parking is at the Archer Hotel in Florham Park. So, Jay Quest, thank you for that. Passing that along. We will be at training camp this Saturday. Let me plug the Chef Kevin training camp meetup before we get out of here. It's at the Cloverleaf Tavern. If you don't have a ticket for the Jet practice, that's okay. If you want to just come to the meetup, we'll be there around 11:30-ish, whenever the Jet practice ends. It's about 30 minutes from the team facility. Just RSVP if you're making the trip. It is free to do so. Just click that link in the description for this video, and you will be all set. Speaking of Jets Titans, week 1, Geno Smith, more than 199.5 passing yards. Cam Ward, less than 189.5 passing yards. That's my prize pick play that I already have in for the week 1 lineup of Jets Titans. I'll have several of these we'll talk about when we get closer. Use the code HMA. PrizePicks has a new deal. Your first $5 you turn into $150 if you win your first lineup. All right.
Is Chef Kevin having a Asmaniac concoction cocktail made? A special cocktail?
Yeah, we have a whole menu. You want to hear the menu before we get out of here?
Sure.
Here's the Chef Kevin menu of champions.
I can't read that without my glasses.
I will read it to you. Don't worry. This is the menu that Chef Kevin will have at his restaurant. The Gabagool sliders, named after Beast. The Jake Asman stuffed baked potato. The no chicken and pasta, named after Gary 3D Boxing. Chef Kevin's Not Gas Station Pizza, an ode to making fun of Gary.
They should name the chicken fingers after your brother.
The Global Studio Sliders, named after Beast Breaker's Global Studio headquarters. Plus, we have the first ever chef-off between Chef Kevin and Chef Brian Morales, another Asmaniac who owns a restaurant in New Jersey. He's coming in, and they're going to have a competition to determine who's the best chef. We got some celebrity judges that will be there.
Celebrity judge, Fireman Ed.
We have some celebrities that will be there.
Oh.
Some of your favorite Jet
No, I
content
tried
creators.
to grab Wayne Sherbet. He was here.
Wayne was here?
Yeah, he was here, and he ran out. I couldn't find him.
Are you sure Wayne was here? I don't think he was here.
Emerson Booza's daughter told me he was here.
He would. I don't think Wayne was here.
She's the one who said it, not me.
Maybe she confused Wayne for a different alum.
Wouldn't you think she would know that? That's her job, isn't it?
I feel like I would have been told if Wayne was here by Kenny, but whatever. That's not the. That's not relevant. All right, we've got for over 2 hours. He's got to get back to Gusbuster. I got to get back to
rain
the city.
this week. So, Jake 2025 is your discount code.
Gusbuster.com. Get an umbrella.
We're
Support
getting
him.
umbrellas in at the end of this week, so we'll actually have some stock.
Dad, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. I want to thank Marty Lyons and everyone here at the foundation for did you really have to just slam the thing? You could just wait 2 seconds while I wrap this up? Goodness, whatever. I appreciate everyone who tuned in today. Thank you to Marty Lyons and all our guests who came on. Thank you to Kenny and the behind-the-scenes team here for making this broadcast possible. Again, we're going to make a donation on behalf of the Asmaniacs. All the super chats and gifted memberships we got during this show and all the Venmos and Zells I've received, we'll put that towards the Asmaniac donation for the foundation. If you want to support as well, if you want to become a volunteer, if you want to be a part of what is an incredible charity now around for over 40 years, you head over to MartyLyonsFoundation.org. Again, thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to all our guests. This has been another Jake Asman Show. We'll be live with Frankie V from U Stadium in the 4 p.m. hour this afternoon. So I will talk to you then. As always, JETS, Jets, and we'll talk to you at 4 with Frankie V.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.